And we're live.
Right. Cut that off.
There we go.
Right. So, first announcement we have to make, and this is going to be Billy's.
Actually, I've got a surprise for you.
Oh,
Let's see. So tonight it's actually going to be my last IBB10 show. I was going to quit tonight, and I was going to get. But I've decided that I'm going to stay and do it. So I'm going to stay. Well, I will need a bit of a kind of like a Thierry on reschedule. I'll get one Sunday off a month, but I'm going to stay as well.
Right. That's one of the best news because we obviously hired another 2 people before we told us that. So now for the 2 people that we've hired, we'll have a chat afterwards.
and if you're watching, sorry.
And I had a nice speech laid on for Billy as well.
Yeah.
Billy, was a massive part of this show. We were going to give him a life honorary presidential role for his creative behind the scenes, but that's all changed now.
Yeah.
And give him that gift we got him as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, keep the gift. I'm staying, so 3 out of 4 Sundays a month.
I like that because he's controversial. He's made this put what it is as well. But without further ado,
Let's move on.
it's the end of the season. We've got some things to talk about. As we say, we've got players, managers, coaches, chairmen, supporters, everyone here. We want to get your views. Okay, so we're going to put this to the crowd as well. First thing we want to talk about is, should the playoffs have been scrapped? So we got SCFL playoffs. Should they be scrapped? Is the current format working? There's been a lot of controversy, obviously, with the Guernsey stuff, where there's travelling and things like that. Should it be on merit, where like the first 2 teams go, or what is the views on people with the playoffs? So we go for the panel.
Why should it be scrapped? Why should the playoffs? Look, going back to like automatic 1 and 2 going up, means that a load of other teams will have nothing to play for all season, which means the budgets that are being spent, the commitment from clubs will get less and less, because if people aren't near the automatic and they're safe, they'll just scrap their budgets. I mean, players won't get paid, means that players will end up by January, February. The playoff at least gives, well, it's 5, what's it, 1 up and it's 4 in the county. Ishmael League's changing next year. It's going to be 1 up and 6 into the playoffs.
6.
Yes, it's 6. That got confirmed last night at the AGM, so that's happening. I don't know if that's happening with Martin Henry exchanging. No. But having the top 5 means that normally 7, 8 teams. I was going to say 6, 7, but we're at Shoreham. I don't know if you can say that here. But
6, 7.
But 8 teams. Like if you look at, like, for example, in the Div 1, you had like teams like Arundel right till the end pushing, and they were what, 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th in the league. Yeah, and they were pushing up. So I think scrapping the playoffs would just ruin the entertainment, in my opinion. Yeah, but then obviously you have situations where a team finishes second, like Hayden Heath, who bottled it, as we know. But that's still, they were up there. On merit, they should have gone up, but they didn't do the business in the playoffs, did they?
See, for me, I like the playoffs. I think it's something where there's a little bit of excitement at the end. You look at what, for example, people wrote off Billingshurst, Reigate, teams like that, and they got through at the end, obviously, with that. But there's been a lot of chatter where teams, if you finish second, you should automatically go up. For me, I like the playoffs, and I think it's worth doing, and that it puts it on.
Well, actually, should Molly say something? He's been here for 15 minutes.
It's up to you. Molly, welcome to the show.
Hi everyone. I'm on.
Nice specs,
Thank you. I need to see.
You don't normally wear it on Sunday, yeah?
No, because normally it's on a phone, so I can see it. It's on paper.
Yeah.
He's brought notes
I
as well.
can't read my handwriting, so.
As good as your goalkeeping.
Molly, what's your view?
Playoffs are an integral part of football, I think. I mean, you look at it and you go, the best part of any season, like you look at the championships this season, the amount of drama it's caused in playoffs. Every year you get upsets, and it just brings that extra layer of drama to football, and it's so enjoyable. And everyone loves a playoff campaign. As a player, you know you're pushing to try and get yourselves into that playoffs to give yourself that opportunity to play. You know it's going to be a bigger crowd. You're going to have more people in attendance, so you want that opportunity to have that extra end of season run and get that potential promotion.
One thing can we definitely scrap by, which I'm not having in the slightest.
What's that?
Yeah, the winners posting up graphics on their social media calling themselves champions. If you win the playoffs,
Why not?
You're not champions.
you're not champions, are you?
Yeah, why not?
You're not what? You're the champions of the facts.
Well, why can't you post that?
That's bollocks, mate. They're not champions.
Why can't you post that?
Champions.
You're not champions though, are you?
Playoff champions.
No, Mike. They are playoff winners.
You're not defending it the next season, though, are you? So
Don't have fucking.
You're champions.
Don't get a kit next year of champions like underneath your badge and stuff.
one star doesn't happen anymore.
I'll get that. Can I put this question? We've got someone in the crowd here today that was involved in the playoffs. A manager over there, Cuz.
Yes.
Manager of Worthing United. What's your views? What's your views? Because obviously,
I love the playoffs, but like you said, I think 2 should go up and 4 and 5.
what's in not having 6?
More going down.
No, not 6 and 5.
What, three go down, 3 go up.
Yeah, I think I'm score. I think it'd be one go down. No, not for me.
Yeah.
2 would be.
But then the problem is, if they did that in step 5, for example, and there was 2 going up, 1 through the playoffs, that would mean the Eastern South East League would have 6 relegated or 5 relegated from each division to make up for the rest of the 5s.
Yeah.
It's just a knock-on effect, isn't it? Because I agree. It's like, for example, you could be like Black Hayward Heath and who's the team like that? Stelling, right? Sorry, should know that. Considering I haven't seen on the bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So them 2 are at each other all season on merit. They both should have gone up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. It's just it's the annoyance of a pyramid. I guess is that like how does that work? It's step 5 to step 6. Again, it's you're not promoted into a league, Martin. I'm sorry, we've got Martin Gannon. He's a guy of experience back there. You're not promoted into a league, promoted to a level, right? So if suddenly that was more, it would just mean a lot more relegations across the step 5 leagues as well. If it was just Southern combination, I think it'd be easier. 3 go down and then and 3 go up. Brilliant. But then saying that, we get random teams in our league like Gloucester City or whatever they've called them, things like that this year, and all counties and
Clanfield.
Clanfield.
Yeah.
You can afford to that, Slaney?
Clanfield.
It's a Scottish tie.
But yeah, I guess that's the only problem is that if it was literally just you sharpen your or your county leagues, I should say, I think it would be easy to do that, and it probably would give a bit more merit to the kind of top 2 teams.
So it's a general consensus then that we think that the current setup with the playoffs in this league is satisfactory.
I think they should have 8 teams. Yeah, if you finish 9th, forget about the playoffs. Well, I mean, I got relegated 1 year. Get in the playoffs if you get relegated as well.
Right, what's your opinion, mate? Because you were involved in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that it just keeps the interest there, and I think it's been said. I was actually the opinion once upon a time of no, I think the top 2 should go up. But then I had a conversation with another manager, and he said exactly the same as Billy, and it obviously turned my mind around. I think just being able to keep those teams. If you look at Divine here, I don't think anyone from down to about 10th could have made the playoffs, so it keeps that. It definitely keeps the enthusiasm going.
I just think it's integrity, doesn't it? It's integrity of competition.
It's always difficult for given Priory, who actually down up there, done an unbelievable job.
Did a great job.
It's hard, but that's football, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they've got themselves in that position. It's in there to finish the job. And to be fair, I fancied Billington, so I just thought he would have them, well, and he's done a great job there.
See, I didn't, and I told him that last night. And I apologised to him when I saw him at the awards. Yeah, he's a lot bigger than me as well.
Big lad.
I know, yeah. He's a lot more intimidating than me. But I told him, I said, I thought you blew it. I thought that they had all the goals in the squad, everything like that. And then they came back. They even put on their X accounts. They thought they'd blown it a few games before. Crept in, obviously, did the number over Cuz a lot. up there.
They good. I'm glad they went up. They're a good bunch of lads.
I think they deserved it that night, cuz.
Yeah, yeah, they did. They did, yeah.
If I'm honest, I think your boys let yourself down.
Yeah.
On the night.
Yeah, we think that's hand enough. But we know that. So,
Yeah.
well, next year.
Exactly.
Well, I did back Billing Zones. So there you go.
You backed all of them.
I did. I've got my
They got it right. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's fantastic. So we sort of agree. Now, there's one that. So these questions have been sent in, by the way, previous. Okay.
Yeah, because we didn't plan anything. Because if we planned anything, it would
Don't
go
go
wrong.
right. Yeah.
So
We haven't planned anything,
no. I asked this morning what we doing today.
and I said, well, we'll wind that up about 7 o'clock.
And literally, we got here. We didn't have any cameras set up.
No.
There was about 3 people here. I thought this was all a big fucking you in frame moment. And we're here. So there you go.
The next one, I think is a real issue, not just in our leagues and the local leagues, but nationally. Okay. Where has this referee crisis come from? And is there any solution you can put in place? Because at the moment, the referees,
What's the crisis?
there's not enough of them, and the quality of them, in my opinion,
Fine. What are you on about?
you're the biggest fucking man of them all.
No, they're all right. I like that.
Hang on, if we go back on the show, is there any sausage you mind about?
Nah, no,
He's gone on official now, though, isn't it?
I've
He's got to be nice now. He's gone on official.
what I say, I think with referees, I think I think a lot of these people in this room give them a hard time. I think all that well done to referee.
That's probably because he's suddenly become a Hastings suit, where he has to like play by the line and that.
Well, I've got hopefully they'll do us some favours.
But Monty, you are not only are you a under 18, under 23s coach, player, you're also a referee. Okay, I want your absolute honesty on the standard and why there's lack of refs in the game at the moment.
Well, I mean, when you're looking at turnover for referees, we lost 400 referees in Sussex from the end of last season to the end of the season that we've just finished.
Wow.
And the majority of them say it's because of the abuse they've received. They did a survey in Sussex for referees that they surveyed 1,000 referees. 3/4 of them said they'd either been physically abused or verbally abused on the pitch. I mean,
Have you ever been?
I've been physically abused on the pitch refereeing.
Someone's actually burned.
He's still doing it.
Yeah, I was 16 refereeing a men's game. Players come over to me and physically assaulted me. So, and I was 16 at the time. Player didn't even get banned from the FA.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But then saying that, if there's so many referees leaving, that's probably why certain referees get promoted way too early. Like I do see it. You see lads that are. Oh, I'm not going to mention names, but some referees have been like battered on Twitter, and you watch and you see them referee a game. You think, how the fucking hell are they doing? Like genuinely, like how? But someone's got to do it. If they don't do it, they don't have a game. So have someone in there who can't see anything, doesn't know the difference between a yellow card and a red card, and can't speak. But do you know what? At least they're in the middle, eh?
Mark,
Do you do the job? No, before I took over, do you do the job?
No, do you know what? I was asked to do the job when I left. I was asked to do one for the West Sussex, and I thought, yeah, I could do this. Former player, I'd take it, you know. And I looked at him and thought, for what is it? What, 40 quid, 50 quid for a game? For 90 minutes?
A lot of money as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I could have dealt with that. Don't worry about that.
Not now, you can.
Well, maybe not so much now, but did I want the abuse? Would I have reacted? Yeah, probably. I found it. I was coaching my boy, and I was doing youth coaching, and you get the parents on the side that say the things, and all you want to do is just go over there and have a word with them. Do you know what I mean? I want to put this to Martin because Martin, you're over at the FA, and that. Right. You're keeping that. Do you think there is a lack of referees coming through, or there's a problem with the chain coming through?
I think the problem is you just highlighted at youth level the amount of abuse they get from parents on the sideline. And that if you're a young lad who wants to go refereeing and you get a load of abuse from the sideline, you ain't going to carry on, are you? So in the end, they're going to pack up before they've even started. So you probably don't get the young refs coming through, and the ones you do, like Billy was saying, a lot of them get fast track. So they don't gain the experience, but then also the game's changed. They use their yellow and red cards a lot easier, a lot more. They don't talk to players. I think they're told not to talk to players. I'm not sure.
Really?
Well, I believe so. So, you know, it's changed. If you get an old experienced referee, you get a better game because they know knowledge to go.
So is the problem?
Unless they're too old.
Unless it's
Like,
Well, I'm for,
I think it's not a factor. I'm pretty with this bit. I mean, I've got boys that have been playing, and the parents, like the parents, it doesn't come from necessarily the kids. It comes from the parents. But I also think as a referee, if you look at the FA, the rule changes all the time. And how many rule changes?
Yeah.
So when you're a referee, it's hard enough to referee anyway. You know, with these different rule changes all the time, it's become so difficult to referee the game. But I think what you do, if you look at rugby, you know, look at how the referees are respected there. Look at how the way they talk to players. And I think from an FA perspective, they should probably look at rugby and look at best practice.
Yeah, but I reckon they've done that, Craig. So if you look at like sometimes with the respect stuff that comes in, the problem is if you look at anybody's changes and all these like little kind of disciplinary stuff that they do, like even the sin bins, right? When that first came in, how many sin bins were there? There were loads, weren't there? It was ridiculous. It was pretty over the top too much, right? Because it was used as a way to kind of stop the discipline. And then it was off. Like, how many sin bins have you seen this year? Like in your like games?
Yeah.
We got two or three.
Still seeing, yeah.
You have been quick, haven't you? So-
Yeah.
Didn't we get actually what's one game? Didn't we get the most red cards this year?
Well, if they was but I'll upset this got down, you know, go through the bottom to halfway, so really.
But with that, like, what I mean about the rules always changing with it. The problem is, it starts every season. So, July, August, September, these rules are really enforced, and then they seem to like be laxed.
Yeah.
So every time it's set up to be respect the referee, do this, you'll get a straight red card, blah 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 blah, and it goes away. So I think it's more a football cultural problem that won't change. So if it won't change, how do we get the referees in? How do we? If it's not necessarily, I don't know. And you're always going to get it at step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. You're going to get the whinging and the moaning and what have you. Adult football probably more than kids moan on the football pitch, to be honest. But then on the youth side of things, you've got all the parents moaning. I think the parents are not more volatile than any men's player, right? You've refereed, right? I've had to jump in and do some like my daughter's games or even do the line. And even if I was talking to the back line about, because they're learning, they're under 11 girls learning offsides for the first time. So learning how to get up the pitch as a unit over. So I'm talking it through. I was getting abused from the other team's parents going, you can't talk as a linesman to them and give them advice. You can't coach from there. I went, it's an uncompetitive game. It's under 11s. But they were going at me, I just ignored them in the end and carried on. But it's the parents, really, right? So a lot of us are parents. Maybe we should, step up and start managing the other parents inside us.
One thing I've heard, just quickly, and I'll
Yeah.
start then, is that talking to another manager, it's a higher-ups change, and they are starting to, the FA is starting to get managers to the role to go to these referees' meetings and basically, discuss to look at best practice. So, look, it's not going to happen overnight, where it will change, but they have to compete in the FA, and that's what they're trying to do to try and improve the situation. I think they're managers from other leagues that are going to the referee meetings to discuss how can we get better.
If we keep losing refs at that rate, we'll be having club linos at step 5. So, Rich, at the back, you're running the line next season.
Dean, can I put this one to you, mate? You played the pro game, yeah? You've coached at this level. What's the difference?
There's quite a few. I think it's certain topics that we spoke about. I think the biggest one I found is when you try and sign a player, a lot of it's money orientated from the start. How much we're getting, rather than the process, how you're going to play, how you're going to fit in the team, how I want to play, how we're going to train. That's a big one for me. I think
With the standard of refereeing from where you
yeah.
are down to here, and the lack coming through.
Yeah, from the program down to the
Referee.
still refereeing. Yeah.
I want to try and keep it.
Not only that, but also the player interaction with referees.
Yeah, I think in the program it's really good. Yeah, if you're running a tightrope, you can told, you can listen one more. I think in
the leagues below. I think very different. I think what Martin was made a good point. The more experienced ones, you certainly get a better game of football or better flow to it. I think a lot, and I'm not picking on them, but the younger ones, very experienced, I feel can be swayed and bullied. You know,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
if they're someone spoken to, you see, oh, well, a few decisions are swaying that way. I think it's very easy for that to happen, whereas obviously in the pro game, it's down the middle, everyone's treated the same. You know, if like I said, if you're running the tightrope, you'd be told, listen, you know, can't challenge like that again. If you do that, you're off. Whereas it's very, very instant the lower down you go.
So are we the problems? The players, the coaches, the managers? Are we contributing to the problem?
In my experience, I would say not so. There's obviously a couple, I'm not going to name them, but there are a couple of managers that are, you know, when you look at them, you're like, what are you doing? But I would say, other than that, not really. Not really.
Has anyone here, managers wise or coaches wise or involved in clubs, felt that they were treated different from previous experiences with the refs when they've had them again?
Arsenal and Jarvis.
Yeah, we have.
Just
Which,
I was before my time, as in, we hadn't experienced this season, and I was like, "What's going on here?" He just seemed to be targeting, and we weren't even being aggy or anything, being kept. And then someone said there was an incident. There was an incident with a referee like 2 years ago. Yeah, with one of our old committees or something like that. And I was like, "What's going on?" Obviously, I didn't know. I've never been to Linfield before this. And they were like, "Yeah, well, there was an incident where I think it went like all the way behind the scenes." And I suppose it's human nature, though, isn't it, at the end of the day? Like you can, I just think, send them all on an SIA course, get them a bit bulked up, mandatory gym.
Someone,
You know the debt collectors camps.
they should have cams. They all should have cams on.
50 quid a pop.
that is a great thing.
No, if they had those cameras, yeah, it will capture the time a referee for a board meeting. Genuinely, referee for a board meeting.
I know that.
I've had the other way around. Yeah.
I know they've used those cameras, maybe not to the book, but in the Sussex Sunday leagues, they've used it. Yeah, those cameras.
We're scared of getting beaten up in pop football. No?
Is that a deterrent?
Yeah.
Is that a deterrent straight away?
Yeah.
So if you see them with that, you're
Not for
thinking,
everyone, but it will be. If you're an absolute nut, you don't care what thing. But
It'd be embarrassing to look back on.
Yeah,
Like, do you imagine that? They just post it every Sunday night.
And I just think when we talk about the young refs in the kids leagues, the ones that get abuse from parents, I think if we just get it in from their training, stop the game.
Yeah.
Boom. And I know it's if you're a parent, you don't want to see that. It's not gonna take long. If you know that's gonna happen and you're gonna be the one that looks like a dickhead.
yeah, you can't say anything on it.
Unfiltered.
Like, you're not going to do it again, are you? Before you're going to get outclassed from the club.
Yeah.
Puffing, even if it's a little bit of an angry club, if you're going to be like, "Come on, mate, stop doing it," the game keep getting called off. Again, I know that seems like I'm throwing out an easy solution, but if we start get that in from early, empower them, and then also make them do more games. Like you have to do, I don't know the rules. How to get
Yes, you have to ref sticks to get a certain.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's awesome. Up it. So there's no rush, is there? Like, just take your time, work your way, make them do double what they have to do before they can go up a
The
level.
problem is though, is the number of them, right? So if you literally have not got the quantity of referees, these referees are getting. That's why they're getting fast tracked.
Yeah.
Because there's literally there's no refs. So like,
They've 400 left Sussex. Where have they gone to softer than
Yeah,
Sussex?
400. That's ridiculous.
they've got Saturday job.
They gone to last. They gone to Kent 100.
Opportunities though, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
is there enough education for them?
No, I think referees just they give up.
Yeah, fair
They
enough.
just give up.
But why would you do it? It's a thankless job.
Yeah, no.
Why would you want to be like?
You're never applauded as a referee, are you?
No, but then also, on the other hand, the way we've heard refs talk to players and managers sometimes as well doesn't help.
Yeah, some of them.
When,
Let's be honest.
yeah,
Well,
does
go on, Mike.
I've got a thing on refs. I mean, look, I can't say that I can't sit here and say that I'm a fucking angel.
Is your name?
You're not. Based on the disciplinary record we've got here,
I mean, you can probably bring that up, and it ain't very good. Last year I was quite good. Mike, you joined me in the dugouts for a game, Terry.
I thought you were very fair. But you got a few things. He was a young ref,
It was a very.
and I had a word with you after that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. And I think, to be honest with you, I
You were best mates with his dad, though.
no.
To be fair, I didn't know his dad. That's a fair fucking word.
Regardless of that, there's not enough referees who actually played the game, reffing at whether it be county prem or in Division 1 or even Step 7. There's not enough refs who have actually played the game that will see it through a player's point of view. Some of them they cut 40 quid, 50 quid up. They don't care what they say to them, and then go, well,
But on the argument to that though is there's not
there's not enough players that want to do it.
for example, Coxie, how many ex-pros are going in to be referees?
Yeah.
Minimal.
Yeah, hardly any. Right?
Yeah.
And even county league players, no one's going, fucking hell, I've had a good 500 game career. Right, let me just call it something to fan.
Some
Yeah.
people have never even kicked a ball in their lives.
I can tell by looking at someone.
You was-
It's not the fact that they may be former pros.
Yeah.
The fact that they've never actually been involved in a football team, they just go in a referee. And that's where the abuse comes from in the sense of some of the managers who have played at a level, or any kind of level,
Yeah.
that frustration comes out because you can tell that a referee hasn't played football.
Yeah.
And you can tell that they just don't really care and they're just happy to pick up a little bit of dollar and go home.
On that, on refs quickly, does everyone like a ref that talks?
Yeah.
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 Right? You know, even if they get it wrong, I personally, if a referee gets it wrong, but they explain why they've made a decision, even if it's wrong or you think it's wrong, I am completely happy with that. If they ignore you or say, I'm not going to talk to you, I just think, like, come on, we're adults, you can talk, like, you can always talk, but just, I think that communication, that element of going, I thought that was a foul because this, I might have got it wrong, but I've made the decision now, it's done. I'm happy to sit there and go, fine. It's when you fucking shout them, obviously, yeah, you'll have all big go. But if you call them over, or they just completely ignore you, or they even at half time or at the end of the game, you go up to them and go, look, what was that about? And they go, I won't talk now. We'll talk in the change room.
Yeah.
Like we've got fucking 38,000 people watching us. Right? 5 minutes dog at some places. Like, just have a chat there. Like, yeah, it's fine. It's not a problem. But I just think the communication element is probably two things, right? One, I think with experience in everything you do in life, the more you get experience, you can talk more, right? Because you feel more comfortable in your skin. And two, I think it's probably because a lot of them are scared of admitting something and they get blasted on social media.
That is a problem as well. You never see the striker highlight reel where they've missed the goal. You know, but what you do see is the ref that's made a copy.
Yeah, we got to stop that. We got to stop posting referee mistakes. It's shit because you're gonna lose 400, and they do make mistakes. But no one, no one posts a striker missing from 2. Well, sometimes some. Yeah. But no one,
I don't think I want to get rid of it.
yeah, or go, but no one. You're right. There's a centre midfielder who goes, "Fucking hell, the referee got it wrong today." Listen to, and they clipped up from their VO and they put it out there. All right, what about how you did in 90 minutes? How many passes did you complete? How many passes went astray? How many times did you lose the ball? How many times you put your centre halves in trouble? Like, have a bit of accountability, right? Because if we start badgering everyone all the time, and it comes down to like social media, kind of, I don't know, like not just the way the world works, right? I mean, we all feed into it. Having this podcast feeds into it a bit.
Well, we looked at the idea, didn't we?
Yeah.
We looked at the idea when we started this show of picking 3 or 4 incidents that we feel potentially the refs might have got wrong. Immediately, we think, which we thought that is not the way to go. You know, if they've got it wrong, they've got it wrong. We're not going to get anything out of it by highlighting what they've done. Martin, you've obviously come to you before, but you're with the FA. 40%, 40% of refs have quit. 400 there have quit. That's a major concern, surely.
I can imagine it is for the referees department or whatever. I don't get that involved in.
Saying the French.
I didn't realise.
Oh yeah, no, I've done it. Yeah. I know that.
Publicly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've done it. Yeah, not this season though.
November 25.
Oh, Bill! Got rid out. Wait.
What is it?
Well, I have obviously turned a ref online, so go on.
Right, here we go, people.
Context.
So Rich at Billy Wood _ should be a fun one. I'll talk about how that Hastings UFCW lost today, and the referee giving me the funniest red card after the game.
I was there.
Better be careful. Don't want to end up locked up like Jolsey.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not here. And
Right, Sean, I want to tell the story there. It's actually quite a funny one. And he was there. Definitely was there, right?
Oh, is this the?
So we were in a cup game, 90th minute, a player gets ripped down in the box from behind, right? Don't get a penalty, fine. I go over to the referee in the game, go, look. And I said it calmly, he was there. Truth. I shook his hand and I said, ref, obviously you had a better view than me because I was standing at the dugout, right? But how was that not a penalty? She won the ball. I went, yeah, but she went through the player to win the ball. He went, nah, she came from the side. I went, quite frankly, ref, that's bollocks, right? Turned away from the referee, shook the liner's hand, turned around, red card.
Served him, mate.
There were a few friends afterwards, but
I did say that. No. After that, I did say, go, listen, look at James Woods game. Right. Afterwards, I did say I'm getting pasta. Right? Yeah. I did say to him, I wanted but before, that's why I got 4 game back. But you can't get a red card saying, quite frankly, that's bollocks.
You didn't explain it like that when we talked about it originally. It was a miscarriage of justice and everything else.
It still is a miscarriage of justice. Quite frankly, that's bollocks.
Bill, you got a 4-game ban for that, yeah?
Yeah, quite frankly, that's bollocks.
I got a 4-game ban.
Yeah.
Pre-season.
Yeah.
Don't even get you the cards pre-season.
Well, that's why.
What did you do?
I asked the referee not to put the yellow card through because it was pre-season.
And you got
And he sent me off for that. And I've got 4-game stadium ban leading into the season just gone, and I won't allowed to attend my first 4 game of the season.
well, quite frankly, that's bollocks, mate. You know, I can't believe it's 4 games for this. But I've said a lot of words.
To be fair, I did kind of mirror what you said. I said, that's fun.
Yeah.
And then there's a massive.
Make it out like it's completely innocent, mate. Definitely weren't that.
Well, that
I
was
swear, it weren't
I
that.
just quite calm. I was like, I shook his hand. I did say I shook his pasta. Right.
Yeah. You said you changed.
After the red card.
well, to be fair, Ryan, you know, that is classic. Getting a 4-game ban pre-season.
Rich, thanks for the receipts.
Yeah, Rich, thanks for that. Right, let's move on. This is something that obviously we've tried to help with. This is why, and Gareth, will come to you in a second. Is the media coverage gap killing Sussex football from where it was? Because back in the day when I was playing, and when Craig was playing, and even you had a couple of games, didn't you?
Down the road with you.
We used to run to the Worthing Herald or stuff like that on a Thursday and a Friday. Look for yourself for the match reports in there.
Yeah.
What we tried to do with the brands, with the SLF, and we started first, and now with this, was try to bridge the gap for clubs. Okay. Do we think there is still not enough coverage for the leagues? And has the newspaper side of it died out?
Yeah, it has done that.
Robert, what have you got?
I'll read.
Can't read. Well, that's
It has died out.
Yeah, I don't think people follow newspapers, do they? Probably why they don't. I think
and it's old news, isn't it?
it's like online. I mean, that's the way of the world now. Okay, we've got to move with it. Anyway, I think.
Yeah, but with that, so I don't know if anyone knows this, but the newspapers. So, no, for example, if you buy the Hastings Observer or the Argus or the Eastbourne Herald or whatever the papers are in West Sussex,
Herald.
whatever. Yeah, okay. They used to be all set like they used to have their own offices and used to print their own papers and whatever. It used to be kind of done individually, right? So Hastings had a guy called Simon Newstead. He used to do all the football clubs around the area. So he'll do Hastings United, St Leonard's, blah 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 blah, and everyone else used to have that, right? They have all now been scrapped, and it's just Sussex World.
Yeah.
It's one big.
Steve Bone does that.
Steve Bone, yeah. Steve Bone has the job that everyone used to have regionally. So Steve Bone literally now has to cover the whole of Sussex, like non-league football, which is ridiculous, really. He does get help, he's got people helping, but when you look at it like that, there can't be as much regional stuff. So back in the day, you wouldn't just get best teams in your area. You even get like the lower county teams as well. You'll see the lineups a lot, didn't you? You must remember it back in
Yeah.
the papers, right? Paid.
I used to
paid-
question on a Thursday to see if my name was in there or
Yeah.
mentioned or the photo.
Yeah, right. So it used to be pages, but even in like in Hastings, they used to have all the park leagues. So it'd be like a Premier, Div 1, all the way to Div 9. They have little write-ups who scored and the whole lot. But that's all gone because of the fact the papers industry is done. Yeah, it's done. Social media, I think, has filled the void. I think like us, obviously, you know, we've got the obviously the other podcast at SN left in the crowd here tonight. And like even social media the clubs do now, it's a lot different than it was back in the day, right? It wasn't, you know, even if you look at Twitter and Instagram, TikTok and stuff like that, like that's now where I bet everyone in this room at 5 o'clock goes on Twitter to see people's results, right? Oh, that team gone. Every single person does it, and that's just the way the world's changed.
Yes, love that. Right, Rich. Shout out, Rich. In the back. Yes, sir. You ain't got it down, though. I'll give you a 10 in a minute.
Right, so we're going to start using the app, but like for example, like obviously we all use social media to find results, and we're happy when we see someone lose, and we're happy when we see someone win, right? But I think it's just the way the game, not the game's changed, the world's changed, right? We now get, rather than waiting for next morning to see, I don't know, who's on the front of the paper, what were all family members done something naughty or whatever, right? You get a little notification on your phone from the news app, right? Bang, done. That's just the world we live in now. Unfortunately, everything's instant, and that's probably what's led to so many manager changes, so many changes for players. Everything's now so instant. If we don't get instant results, instant news, we fuck it off. We've got goldfish brains now, and it's not a good thing.
Gareth, I'll come to you because obviously you one of the founding members. You, me, someone else. When we started off with SLF, okay, we had the idea of trying to bridge it. You know, what are your views on what's happened there, and what more can clubs do? Because we got obviously got coaches and managers and chairmen around. What more can they do?
As the last man standing.
Yeah.
No, 3 years ago I worked for the Times. They made me redundant.
Did you?
Yeah.
I've done it that long. I didn't know.
Yeah, I worked as a business developer for the Times. They didn't see it well for them anymore because newspapers are dying. Everyone's going online. No one wants yesterday's papers. Well, today's papers delivering yesterday. I think you said it.
Yeah.
A second of it. Games on a Saturday and Tuesday, you're going to get the news on Thursday. It doesn't cut it. So what we've done, and it's working. Like 3 million views on Twitter, about 1 million a year on Instagram, 250,000 on TikTok. Like those live instant hits of where it's going.
What more can clubs do?
Clubs,
Because you sit on the outside there. You go and visit all the clubs.
I think for me,
It's the food guy, by the way, that doesn't know. He does all of the burger reviews, the best burger reviews in the world.
So if your burgers are shit,
He'll let you know. Shout out the Sussex FA.
in all honesty, I think the new guy got in there. I'm actually speaking to it. So, yeah.
Well, what more can they do?
I think that just be as active as you can, because I can create as much content as I can, and with a wife, 2 kids, a full-time job out of business, it's really difficult. But if the content's there, then I can share it. We can share it as a collective to get that out to more people. Like I say, before the season finished, I was averaging 250,000 views on Instagram. Like every post that we put out hits over 2,500, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people every post, and those. If more clubs are putting stuff out, then we can share it, and tagging all of us in it would help, because quite often I don't sit on my phone doing what I want. But I think just diversifying what you do social media wise, you guys with the documentary, that's the stuff.
Yeah, and which is shit up, by the way, that Linfield documentary.
proper documentary.
Yeah, that's the production. That is incredible.
Have we got a season 2?
We find out.
We get it.
sacked the documentary.
I just think just being active. There's some clubs that have absolutely nothing. I won't name about.
No, name them. Name the
I want
clubs.
to find out.
Name the clubs that
If I
don't do
find
anything.
out something about East Preston, I've got no hope. Absolutely no hope.
No.
Nor is anyone else.
Yeah,
So they think they know what they're
exactly,
doing.
right. So then crowds are going to suffer
Yeah.
because in that area you've got Rustinson down the road, you've got Wick, you've got Littlehampton, you've got Worthing United, you've got Step 7, you've got Worthing Town. I think they're still in there. I don't know if they're relegated or not.
Nah, they survived.
But there's so like, you've got Arundel just up the road. You've got so many clubs in that small area that people are just going to go, "Nah, fuck it, can't be asked. I'll go somewhere where I know the fans are." Maybe not
I
Arundel.
think they get their support avoid them like their fans.
Most of
All right, if a club has a great social media,
yeah.
is it more of an attraction for a player to go to? Money?
100%. 100%. Every
He's
player,
looking for a team, by the way, Money.
every player is big-headed. They want to see their name everywhere. So when you've got good social media, players are going to be naturally attracted to it because they want to see their face plastered over everything. Everyone going how wonderful they are. As someone who doesn't know what that's like, I mean, I'd be eager to go play for a team who's got a good social media. Like you look at Roffit, our social media is bollocks. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And then
Shots fired! That's near the goal, didn't you, Stu? No, you're right.
but that's why we brought in 2 new social media admins to the start of the new season. We've got new social media people to do it because it's been terrible. I mean, I'd be going out to a game, speaking to my dad, who'd say, "Good luck," and he'd go, "Who are you playing today?" So I can follow their Twitter. Because our Twitter wouldn't be, our Twitter wouldn't do anything. And clubs who actually are active, it's really good. You look at like Lingfield, the documentary, it's brilliant. But a player would love to be on that, as long as I'm not the one you're playing against.
Have you been out yet?
Oh, darling.
Oh, we've done a special on you. Is that last week? For the goals and that.
Oh, one more I saved him, I was going 5 feet wide.
No, it's the only save, mate.
All right, on that note, is the geezer who keeps slating me for using AI in there?
Me,
No, like graphics.
I hate AI. Yeah, I thought, no, I didn't.
Oh, you did that.
Hey, it's the future. It weren't him, but you're starting now.
Yeah, you can.
No, I personally, I don't know if you use AI. I don't know if you do.
You're not the
Not
one.
the same.
I know
Anyone else does, but I do.
I know the one. I know the one. You're in.
I'm not. The reason I'm
It's not him, but
it's not me.
he'll still take it anyway.
Yeah, no, I just don't like AI, right? Not, and it's not a knock on Dougie because we all love Dougie, right?
Think Dougie up.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
I use AI.
Yeah.
What's your solution for me?
What's your solution? I've got a geezer in India.
Yeah, that's right.
He likes doing it. But like, no. My thing with this is, I think graphic designers and graphics. I think when I look at like a brand or anything like that, when I look at changing the badge for a football club or all these different things, right?
I've done
look
that a
at
couple times, yeah.
3 times, right? So when I look at a brand, I think everything's got to fit the brand, right?
Yeah.
And that means the mood board, how it looks, like the font that's used, the way that the wording, everything's got to be unique to that brand, or it just becomes a hot mess, right? If I look on social media now, Fortune Wine are a good example of that. Us, good example of that. If you look at the fonts and the way that things are, if you look at all these trial posts that have gone out, all these start pre-season posts, they're all the same across clubs. Sitting here, Lingfield, I've not said that you're AI because I've not seen that, right?
No.
But if I look around, I think the biggest problem with AI, unless you've got a lot of money to spend on AI or you understand how to use it, most of the time you're going to ChatGPT or the equivalent. Other brands are available.
Oh, so you're saying that AI is the problem, it's just a generic.
Yeah, it's genetic. Like,
It's a laziness, isn't it? It's a laziness of
like,
I'm using it like Google, basically.
Yeah, you
Look me up there.
create me a pre-season post. We're going to start on the 7th of July. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Here's my number. Here's our email address. Here's our badge.
Oh, that's right, then, that's it.
Right. Like for me, I think if you see that,
It simplifies things, you know.
it might simplify things, but it's not attractive.
I think
I think what he's trying to get at is you see the same kind of posts where people have been lazy. They've got in, as you said, do that. And they've all done it on the chat. You've done that. You put a bit of time in.
Loads of clubs. I've seen Upfield do it recently. I think what Upfield's posts are fucking awful. I think Horsham Wayne's posts are fucking awful. They're all the same, right? And all it does is it's branding every single football club the same. It's the same font, just different colours. That's it.
I
A
think
little bit of yellow, a little bit of red. Who gives a fuck?
the cost
Yeah.
is quite significant to
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
And also,
Well, you were saying, Rich, weren't you, how much it costs?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it here, but obviously it was expensive.
Yeah.
And I have access, so I use AI in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I use a few of them, and I've built my own individual branding within AI.
I've seen it.
And then I use that. So I've done it different.
Yeah.
I don't just use it like Google, please make me a post of this. But not everyone that is involved in running
Yeah.
a club at this level has access to either the knowledge or the finances to pay somebody. So I do.
But I think
You
there's
know
a
what
lot
we're
of
saying?
I think
Let's
there's a
come
lot of
to
graphic.
up here. This guy said if he wants to, I can't remember what club. East Preston, whoever said that.
Yeah.
All right. So right now, East Preston have no social media. All right. And the guy might be aware of that. And he might go, oh, I need it. I'm being outed for not having it. So, bosh.
Yeah.
So, I do get it. But at the same time,
I just think it's sloppy. Have you seen some of the stuff that we put out? Have you seen how we look? Like, he looks like the Grinch. Like in some of those pictures, right? I don't like Alan Partridge up in fucking Dundee in his bare feet and Toblerone. It's embarrassing.
did AI sort it out?
AI should have said make him look better, and they did. Right? That's the problem. But like for me, with AI, the big problem I've got with AI is that
I don't want to fix that stuff out.
yeah, it's horrible. I just think it is sloppy. That's all I think. And I use AI in work, right, for other things, right? But there's a load of graphics people, those are like graphic designers that love football. There's like if you go on Instagram, if you look at some of you look
You
at
don't want money, Bill.
no, not everyone does, mate.
Mate,
How much do you pay your Indian?
I've got,
What?
How much do you pay your Indian blokes?
Mansour is £4. He's brilliant. He's my secret weapon. No, that's a joke, by the way. Mansour's a real.
I also think as well.
Well done. Sir?
A club like that,
Yeah,
who obviously I run up to beat him.
yeah,
We announced our management team,
Yeah.
the new team. But I had to use that.
Yeah.
And I've sat down with Mike many a times. The club for the last 3 seasons before I'd come in, it's been on its arse. So I have to use that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because we haven't got the funds to go and employ someone like just an example, like Jake runs the shore.
The Jake does brilliant.
Yeah. And
Admin of the year.
he does a good job of it. Like that, so I could never say to him, well, I'll give you X amount of money because
Yeah.
we don't have that money.
but I think we're looking at it the wrong way. I actually think there's people out there that like are either in college, wherever that will
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But it's effort, isn't it?
Looks like you've got to look.
Yeah.
You've got to look for those people, but B, I still think those people will want some sort of income. That's
Yeah.
it. But what like for us at Unbeaten, our social media is run by my missus.
Yeah.
I'm lucky, she absolutely loves football. And she'll do that on a match day and she'll do everything for whatever we need. But we don't have the finances to say to someone who is probably better than my missus to do it, and more qualified to do it. And no, I think I'm watching on that one.
You watching this? We just lost a viewer.
But we can say to her, I'll give you X amount of money a year to carry on doing
Yeah,
this.
fair enough.
And she does a good job of what she does,
Yeah.
but we can afford to get someone in who
But
knows.
there is like there's good cheap balls.
It's not serves like a sustainable thing for a club.
Steph, what's the
And we're step seven, so
yeah, no, I get it. But Steph, what's the graphic? That one that's easy to use. Canva, right?
everyone's
So
that's what we use for our team sheets now.
yeah, like then I personally, and I might be the complete minority on this, yeah, but I'd rather something authentic on something like that and not amazingly put together.
Yeah, but they're all the same as well.
You can still use different
But it's
That is AI anyway.
and it's to have team play, because they're trying to go
Just in colour, if you say, obviously, I feel like contract, you want to go to like this, like that, same, it's all big, like, they float always, but like.
We don't pay anything at Hastings for
Yeah,
it.
but that's the thing as well. You need, what I'm saying, like, do it, but it's the commitment going to be there that you need all the years. I think if you're not, then you're using ChatGPT and Canva. For us, we're talking like even lower, we're talking about mid Sussex League. we're using that because again, we haven't got the volunteers to do it, so we're just trying to.
I'd rather just tuck a logo. You like just. You know what I mean?
So I think the one thing that is absolutely sure is it's not going away, like, and it's rapidly getting better and better. So if you can learn it early enough,
Yeah.
you can then save the money in that. So I think it's a good thing to have. I think a lot of people have jumped on it at the moment and doing the same thing because they have to put something out. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, we're gonna take a break for about 10 minutes to go and have a do what you think.
Legs.
Do that. Anyone here? We're gonna take a break.
Like that. Look, come on. That is exactly the same as with my hands.
Yeah.
PCA been having a bit of
I think it does now.
PCA been using that.
And they're Richmond League now. It's great.
We started using that.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if you looked at my list is absolutely low. She comes in over. She's like he was but I looked into it. On to 7-1. Not Neuer played. Did Neuer play?
Yeah. Seamlessness not in our politics.
But there is something.
What we've done.
This is
It's like
This looks better than
we've taken great time.
I think that is.
They told you to take me back off your valleys.
Oh, yeah. I don't feel like I'm thinking with this type it's not you like one with sleep head.
I mean, it's fanciful, but
It might today.
I guess that's.
I don't know, that's
Yeah, we got to
yeah. I'm so embarrassed.
Even if you get a contract, all that screaming. And he's gone to their team half time. They go, mate, he's basically fat. Next one he's on. Yeah, he's like, oh, then that. Yeah, I mean, just not the French. The boss, yeah, he's coming on. Literally, he's come round. He ran his lines out. He's not talking, and he screams right. They've said bomb. And then we're playing.
It's just, I think if perhaps one people go, what is it's all over the stuff because everyone wants a certain number of people to do all the jobs. But they need to
Hey, to be honest with you, we
Head of
Right.
Right, first and foremost, I want to thank Mr. Stuart Slaney.
Do a round of applause, please.
Stuart next level. For hosting this. He's been a great supporter of the brand from the get-go. Top man, crack ball player, by the way. I didn't chill. I actually don't know pool table.
I was drunk.
Not my problem.
He's drunk 24/7.
I was drunker. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we're going to take some questions now from the studio audience. Oh, this one's quite interesting. Well, have you got one over there?
That was an anonymous.
I'm not going to say who did this, but first one out is: should there be a cap on budgets at our level?
Yeah.
No, fuck it. Spend what you want.
No, it's
Sure, it's £5 a week.
happy
Go on, start. Let's go and start.
If you're happy to spend your money and lose your money and potentially not be successful, that's up to you.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I think there might maybe should look at the way the players are able to be signed, as in maybe strengthen up the rules on it, the 7-day thing. Look at it. I don't have a solution, but ultimately it's no different anywhere, is it? In any
Business.
of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just business, walk of life. It's all relevant to the individual, right? Like if someone's, and I could ask a question, fucking hell, how can they do that? The guy that's doing it thinks, fuck, it's nothing.
And for the people that don't know at home, this is Lingfield FC's chairman speaking as
Who's
well.
got a £3 a week budget next season, right?
Yeah. Charlie's loving that.
His eyes lit up.
Five games.
No, but on the budget thing,
Go on,
you know,
because you've been there, Bill. You've been there.
I'm big on someone.
I've been on.
That's not
Yeah. What, manager?
You reckon? Tell me it's
Go on, Bill. You've been there notoriously.
So I've seen it from different angles as a CEO, putting my own money in as a manager. So I've seen all different things, right? Whether you're managing the club's budget, controlling the budget, or effectively trying to run a business to maintain a budget, right? So at Hastings, we very much it's not a pie in the sky budget. It's not like, oh, here's X amount a week, and we just work out that figure. We work out, we do a P&L every year. All right, this is how much the club brings in, or this is what we think we're gonna bring in. It's like, you have to do your kind of, your proper budgeting. We look at that and we go, right, okay, based on our outgoings, what we're gonna spend on gas, the boring shit, gas, electricity, water, blah, 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 blah. How much have we got for the football? And based on that number, we'll set a budget. Right, whether that's staff and players, or just the players' budget, because staff might be on contract doing other things around the football club, whether that's running the under-19s academy or whatever, all those sort of things. But that's the luxury of a bigger kind of non-league business that you kind of look at like that. A lot of others will get people coming in and go, I just want success. I just want it now. Like it's going back to my point earlier in the pod, was we all have goldfish brains now where we want gratification right this minute, right? We want to win on Saturday, win the next Saturday, and we want to win the league, and we want to do it by any means necessary, right? Or if you pick a club up in the dregs, what do I need to do to get out of it? And it might be spending money, or it might be bringing someone in, whatever. I think budgets relative to a club's income would be better for the club's sustainability long term. But problem is, and this happens at all levels of football, now there's obviously transfer, there's caps on the bigger end. So obviously, the Premier League and what have you, and the Football League, you can't, you have to spend within your means over a 5-year period and what have you, right?
Yeah.
That's not going to be overly regulated in this level of football, because we've got one will be a community club, one will be a limited business, one will be like shares by a committee, another will be a charity. Everyone's kind of different, right? So it's not every club. I don't know.
Just Sterling have a few of them, don't they? They have like 2 or 3 different types of business within.
Well, maybe, and so do we at Hastings. We have the charity arm and we have the limited company, right? not that the charity's used for charity. Don't get any ideas. Charity start dying. But I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But
10 mansion.
yeah, exactly. I don't own the club anymore. It's fine. Sold it for about a penny. I think the problem you've got is there's a lot of people getting football with the football manager dream, and what I mean by that is, well, I've got a bit of dough. I can fulfill the budget to get this club going in a direction. If you're not winning, a lot of those people fuck off, don't they? Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
How many like money men have come and gone in football at all different clubs, at all different levels? They come in, they flash it around, and they get bored and they piss off. And then normally what it leads is a club disappearing from county football, like a Montpellier. What's that? Montpellier Villa, kind of.
Yeah.
They went from there to there, right? Or it happened.
Looks like shit.
Welcome to the party. Hold up. You get that, or you get situations higher up the thing. Where if you look at Greenwich Borough and other clubs like that, obviously the new Greenwich Borough coming now, but if you look at clubs that have kind of gone bang because people were pulled away and there's no one to continue that journey, right? So I think I'm all for clubs spending whatever they want. I'm all for players. If a player can change their life by picking up 3 times the money they're on last season with another club, they can pay their mortgage or pay for them to have an holiday with their kids. Fine, I'm all for that, right? That's because players will get smashed for going from one place to another for more money. But ultimately, if they're given that opportunity and they feel that opportunity is worthwhile for whatever period of time that is, then it is what it is. You can't knock an individual's circumstance. I don't know what you earn. I don't know what he earns. I don't know what Monty earns. I don't even know what I earn really. But you can't judge anyone's individual circumstance. So for me, for budgets, it's about the clubs being responsible to set them to their needs, right? So for example, here, the club we're in now has its clubhouse. The clubhouse will be generating money, not just on match days, but hopefully for the functions, right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I think you've invoiced tonight on this one.
Yeah, send it to Billy. Not
That's fine. That's fine.
Send it to Dugout AI.
Send it to Monty. He was driving around his little tractor this morning.
Right, but they have relative income streams coming in. If they're not getting big gates, but they might be getting money through functions or whatever. So there's a club budget. If they want to put whatever they want to put into the football side, and it means the lights are still on, great. If they want to have a go because they've got a little bit of slush fund, again, up to them. But when you've got clubs that are like ground sharing and having to pay for train facilities and rent on the ground and this and that and not got a basing home and they're only taking an income from the gate, they've got no real commercial. There's some that have no real commercial value or they're not bringing in commercials. And
I think Hopford was a
yeah, but not even like you guys have had to deal with that recently, right?
Yeah.
You've got a business model where you're going to back home, right? There's clubs out there that literally survive without a football ground. A club I like, and I like their chairman, and I like their manager, Forest Road, for example. A club that exists at Three Bridges.
Yeah.
Before that, because of the money guy, it existed at East Grinstead, right? And when you talk about budgets,
we'll get into that.
but just going to my point, it's about the sustainability of the football club. Even at Upfield, when we did it at Upfield, everyone thought I was throwing around ridiculous money there, but it was all based on what the club generates. Can the club afford it if I walked away? But they could have continued that season, but they didn't. They decided to scrap it, use it as an excuse not to spend any more money that season, and maybe get into the playoffs. Maybe, right? When if they just stuck with the budget that was put in place, they would probably made it. Not only that, I also offered to give them that money as a commitment, right? As you remember. So I don't know. It's all about sustainability. That's my view.
I think for me, it's not the players' fault. The players should be out there getting the best deal that they can.
Yeah.
And it's the same as if you want a job and someone comes in and offers you more. Is that right for you? It comes, I think, down to the chairman and the budget they've got. Are they putting their money in the side? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do they have a plan of where they go? What is their road to success? There are managers, and there's managers in here that have had to top up the funds themselves to get the players in there. But that's probably because they want the success just as much as the club.
And by the way, I'm not against that either. I've put my hand up. I've done that in the past, right? And I think you have to set your own level of success of what you want to achieve. And if that means you need to do that, it's fine. Sometimes the market will suggest what you need to make things happen. And I think going to the point of people putting in, it's easy for me to say it when we had success at Hastings. I was very fortunate. I had two co-owners alongside me, one who was a multi-millionaire. Thankfully, the club was profitable, so he didn't need to go and pump load of dough in. But for example, if we needed to take a risk, we could, in the knowledge that as an ownership group, we had the funds to support a bad decision, let's just say. But not many people have that opportunity.
I think if we go back to the original question, then should there be a cap on the budgets? I mean, I don't think there should.
No.
At all. You know,
But maybe
is there a level playing field though?
maybe what they could look at doing is over a certain amount. I don't know who dictate that. Make the club contract them.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Did it work like that?
If you're paying them, I'm making up a figure. If you're paying them over 150 quid, because there's certain clubs, even new clubs coming into the division now, the amount of players there's not 16, so they're telling 25, 30 players they're paying 300 quid a week.
And it's not
They ain't, because they can't,
No.
unless they're paying them when they ain't playing,
Yeah.
which is fine. They don't do
There's
that.
no way of managing it though.
No.
There's no way of managing that because, especially at our level of football,
Well, at least
it's the same as the old days when you used to get your brown envelopes in your boots and it's you know,
Your brother did me a good deal when I was alone with him.
Hey, let's had a few brown envelopes this season, you know.
but that's what happens. People will never tell you how much they're really paying. They'll either up it or they'll lower it or whatever. But no one.
Yeah, but maybe put something in place to at least make them have to make full
Report it. Maybe report it.
Yeah, full. And again, I'm not saying there's a salute, but at least we can make it hard. That's all. Make them make the choice, and I know they will. Because they're still. And listen, the league above us have to declare, but I know loads of clubs.
But then,
So the flip side, the financials are looked at anyway from the club. So
Yeah.
They're not sure, are they?
well, I don't know.
No, they're not.
They're not.
So who
It's
knows?
not they know.
Look what you had to inherit. You know? Yeah.
I mean, Frank, when I was with you, when I was with you at Arundel, there was next to no resources. Okay. Did you feel it was a level playing field when there's other teams in there that go and do that?
So this is my thoughts on it, right? To be successful, yes, you're gonna have to put money in, right?
Agree.
And for me, there definitely should be a cap. It's up to the club, the individual stuff. If they've got the money, they don't spend the money, that's what you have to compete with. I think from a club's perspective, yes, we don't get. I like maybe see if we've got people on contracts, which is fair enough. However, I think that when you're signing a player, not every player takes money.
No.
Because every player comes from different backgrounds. Some players like to be a good job, so they don't need that financial incentive that play. So it's important for a club and management to make sure you understand that individual where they are. And this is reality, isn't it? You can sign a player, and if you sign him on 30 quid a week, he gets up done with it. Well, you've got the right reset, but you have to have money for the bank to support it, and you can't knock it for that. It is what it is, and it has to be.
Do you think if they did a cap on transfer budgets, that would it come from the clubs, or do you think that's
I don't think you can really. I don't think personally.
That's the let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why elephant in the room? Hassocks. Yeah. I know they've got a budget now and they've got a budget last season, right? But before that, the narrative was no one gets paid by the football club. Yeah. It's a clever wording. No one gets paid by the football club.
So they're using the line third party sponsors.
In fact, so for example, let's just say Lingfield, right? Go, no. But let's just this is all made believe, right? But let's just say Lingfield's budget is £500 a week, right? Let's just say. I'm joking. Right, so
He's furious.
So say it's £500 a week, and you built a team a little bit over that, but there's people going to church. You know what? I really like this. Like a supporter who's got a bit of money. I really like this. Like, if you get that player in, I'll pay for that. Or get that one in, I'll pay for that. And then you get like these people putting money out there around the side of players, and it's it's not, your budget might be 500, but you're probably spending £1,000 because there's people putting it around it. We had it at Upfield, right? We were coming off the pitch at Upfield against Little Common, right? At Little Common's ground. At half time, I may add, and Joe Hassler was playing for me at the time. We're walking off the pitch, and a bloke from Little Common goes up to him and says, "Oh, like if you fancy coming to Little Common, I'll pay for you to come. How much do you want?" He wasn't in the staff, wasn't the manager, wasn't on committee, just a supporter that was willing to get a player in and pay a bit of money.
There's no law. There's no rule against that, is there?
No restricting tax evasion.
Well, I suppose so. Just ask. But there's not, is there? There's no
restriction on it.
No, but do you know what I mean? You like the thing is, you can't regulate it, but I think the clubs have to. You see it, like you see clubs that are thrown like Eastbourne Borough right now. Okay, for example, Eastbourne Borough, their recruitment, I think this summer's been unbelievable. If you look at the players, they're starting at obviously step 2 and step 3 we're talking about. It's a really good like Liam Nash. They've signed a couple of other lads from Hornchurch. You know, and they just signed Carey from Horsham and goal. They built a really good side. But the narrative in the summer was we're moving away from full-time football into part-time football. But I would argue the players that they're signing part-time probably will cost more money than the full-time players that they were signing last year. So the narrative is we're going part-time football to budget or whatever, but they're spending more. So, but then they've just lost their major shirt sponsor. Like I'm talking 6-inch shirt sponsor. So now they've got to try and cover that. So I'm sure it's all fine there, but there's other circumstances where that's happened with clubs where they've been relegated and they want to bounce straight back up and they overspend and they get to like December, January time. And I don't think it will happen in Eastbourne Borough. I don't think this will happen. So we'll put it out there. But that scenario and that kind of format of other clubs without money, where it's all, you know, it's all shirt and no knickers, gets to that point and there's no money left. And then the team falls apart, the players don't get paid, and then that team falls down wayside, right? Yeah. So I just think it's about the individual clubs and how the clubs are.
Yeah, I agree with that, to be fair. You know, if you've got someone in there that wants to put the money in, wants to try and get the success, you've got to speculate to accumulate. It's not going to be a level playing field. It never is. But you can't regulate it in that way. So it's just dead end, as far as I'm concerned.
Just because you spend money, that don't mean you're going to be successful.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
I mean, look at us. We were like one of the smallest budgets in our league with one player. So
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything. Just because you're willing to spend loads of money.
No, I agree.
Lee, what's the next one?
Next one is thoughts on clubs announcing players during closed season before they can register with the league.
You can't say.
I can't stand it.
Because Webby and I got out a tweet, didn't they, saying when are these signing forms coming out?
Retain players, sign.
Agreed, deals.
You can't sign anyone. Yeah.
That's why they say committed.
I hate it. I can't stand it. But I think I'm old school.
Yeah.
This sort of generation.
Do you think, cause do you reckon people use it more as like a social media tool to drag other players in the door? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? We are having a debate.
Oh, you didn't body come on.
And I think psyche with the players as well.
Yeah.
Even though you can't officially do the form nowadays, where it is a little bit, if you are in a position to be signing new players, or even if there's other people up your players, even just doing that, there's a little bit of psyche behind it, like stay away. Or we've got this guy, and like we say, a bit of pipe around the club.
Yeah.
So.
Ronnie, you're obviously at Roffey. Well, at the moment, anyway.
Might not be after tonight.
As analyst,
If you see players that are retained or leaving, does that affect your decision of what you want to do?
No,
Not at all.
no, I don't care. I'd play where I want to play. I mean, like,
Very often watching this.
knowing who's playing where doesn't impact me because it doesn't impact my game. I mean, yes, I might.
Tell you got your talisman leaving. Yeah, you're not going to be happy with that. Or if you see a couple of top players joining, surely that's going to influence you.
Yeah, you're going to go like they're good signings. They'll improve the team. You're probably going to do a bit better. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to play and focus on my games. I want to improve myself. I want to work on myself. I don't care if we've got a 30 goal a season striker. Great.
Oh, I'm not having that. No.
But
He's on
I'm not having that, Bonnie. I'm not having that.
I'm not fucking.
Bonnie, I'm not having that, mate. If you tell me you get people, you get like 2 or 3 of the top players in the league come and join your club, you're going to probably stay or pay for less money to be there. Or if you lose your 2, 3 best players, you're going to start looking at. You tell them that's not going to affect your decisions. Nah, I think you're talking shit.
Feels good. It's not me tonight.
No, sorry, mate. No.
No, mid-season, Roffy, we lost our best player. Cheers, Billy.
Yeah.
Mate, went to Hastings.
Good money as well.
I didn't look elsewhere.
All right, because we
Yeah,
got. I won off the. Let me put it this
Yeah, he did have offers, Shoreham seconds.
Charlie,
23s, weren't Stu?
Charlie, I want to put this to you, mate. I want to put this to you. And by the way, apologies for not putting you in the team of the season after clearing up on all 3 awards at Wick. And you know you're my boy, and that. So apologies for that. You've moved from Wick to Littlehampton, yeah, and that. Did what Monty's saying there? Had you seen 3 or 4 top players, would that affect your decision to stay or not?
Yeah.
And sorry, because your assistant manager is sitting one
Ex-assistant manager.
I'm not assistant manager anymore, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Ex. So he's ex.
But you're not signed until the 1st of July, mate.
LinkedIn's under.
Charlie, is it as a player, current player, top player?
Yeah, to be honest, pretty much everything Molly said, I disagree with. And you're committed to be there for the rest of the season or for that season or however long. If you're seeing better players coming in the door, for me, that's a no-brainer. Like, you want to be a part of that. If it's the other way around, like, it's thinking, you know that players and you've done great from their side, and you might go, oh, so we'll be a part of that. Or we like, there's a lot of rubbish that's incredible. Gaffers were saying, like, you know, they're saying we're going to get this person, we're going to get this person. It never happens.
Yeah.
So a lot of this stuff, we're going to get this person, we're going to get this person to get you in the door.
Yeah.
Then you get there, you sign on, whatever, and you don't see anything. So I think it's like that. Obviously, it's like nothing signed of like such first July.
Yeah.
But if you're seeing a better player, so I mean, then it is, yeah, definitely.
It's what Rich said with the psyche, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Putting it out early and saying that.
It's like when the group chat's buzzing when you go, oh, we just welcomed, George Taggart, the little commons, little anthems, shall I say. But like those players coming in, it makes you go, actually, I made the right decision here.
And I think it's tough for all of you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if they're running out on stuff to read out, they're sure those players get signed.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so, because if they don't sign, how stupid they go to look. But
I think it makes both look stupid, doesn't it?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think it's really important because, you know, you're working so hard to try and get players in. You've got to use every avenue you can, whether it's social media, whether it's talking to players, you know, to let people know out there that, yeah, this player's coming, this player's committed. And that, for me, you know, when I play, when you're playing for going to the club or coming to our club, then that's not nice.
Well, I had a situation like that, didn't I? Outfield, first time.
Which one was that?
Big tree.
Oh,
So,
I'll go kick that from.
yeah, exactly. True story. So, like, I had a situation. So, obviously, like, I'm very close to Essie Bond, as you know, and they obviously were a Sunday team at the time. George was going to come to Upfield.
He mugged you off, didn't
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't. So he signed.
Still better money.
He actually didn't. So he was coming to Upfield.
He made you look a bit silly, though.
Well, this is an opportunity to tell the story. Let's tell the story. Let's paint the narrative, right? It's easy to make little jabs.
Speaking fact.
Right. So, George, for example, that. So with the Upfield thing, we wanted to go up. That was the plan, right? So for me, a good goalkeeper. Sorry, but a good goalkeeper is really, really important to that. And I was speaking with George Camarassi, Big G, about coming to Upfield. And the reason he was coming to Upfield was 2 reasons. One, because Essie Dons wanted to go into Saturday football, but they were rejected that year as SE Dons. So they wanted to learn a little bit more about how football club works, like on a non-league basis rather than a part-time Sunday league kick around on a park basis. So he's like, look, I'll come in, we'll film the whole thing as well for our channel, and I'll be the goalkeeper for a year, and then you just have to teach me the runs of the football club. So I can feed it back to the lads and blah, 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 blah. That happens, we sign him, we announce it, gets great traction. Players want to come based on that as well. We signed a few other players based on them excited about the project of Upfield. And he calls me up and goes, he calls me up and goes, look, we've been offered a football club. They were offered Forest Hill Park, I think it was, right? We've been offered Forest Hill Park. We're going to take them over, and like they're going to be Forest Hill Park for a year as the SE Dons, and then the year after it'll be SE Dons. So I can't have SE Dons going to Saturday football and we not play for him. It's just, he's like a major character on the YouTube channel, right? So again, it was before the first, even if it was the 1st of July, 7 day coming, it's gone anyway, 7 days, right? But we had a situation like that where we signed someone, looked stupid, not everyone knew the full story, but did me a favour, so I got a few players from the door out of it. So fuck him.
Fair enough. But so we've agreed that either Monty's deluded, loyal, or not. No,
He's a loyal one. He's loyal. He's loyal.
I will play with whoever they fucking want to play me with, as long as they play me well. That's.
I love it. You play off his
so we've had money. And this is the one that on his Instagram yesterday was riding one of those mowers in his lawn that he could have had a level-aside pitch on. Is that true or not?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
I had links on the band one.
Oh, well, we've got a couple of notes. And just whilst we're on Monty, this is one for Lee Penn. How did Monty make the SCFL squad of the season? For people that don't know, for people that don't know, Lee Penn threw his toys out the pram last week. Near enough quit the show. And after an absolutely diabolical team season. So this is your chance. Now, thank you for coming back to the show.
I was never leaving the show, mate.
I was leaving the show.
We thought he was going. But that's the way I get it. Show yours. So come on, Lee.
Right, the only reason I did it is I didn't want you to feel left out. He's part of the show, he's part of the team. That's fine. But hang on. Bollocks. But it was only the bench, so he's never making the first team.
He said himself, live on air, how the fuck did I make the squad?
And also, while we're on that, let's just look at the thing that Bridgman wasn't actually the top goal scorer of the season.
Right,
He was a Guernsey player.
I think very much. Are we putting Guernsey in our team?
well, I'm not, obviously. For somebody to score.
Yeah, but Bridgman's the only goal scorer.
Bridgman didn't even make your 16. Monty did. And Monty did.
Bridgman had a goalkeeper.
You didn't need a
Goalkeeper.
How many teams got 2 goalkeepers now at level anyway?
Come on.
There we go.
All right, anyway, that's it. He is back. Now, Billy, this is one for you. It's quite an interesting one. I know where this is coming from.
Brilliant. I'll say it.
And he's in the room. What did you think of the new sporting director at Linfield FC, Billy Wood?
Right, I'll say what I thought.
And for people that don't know, the new sporting director was over there.
Look, welcome. No, look, for me, I didn't think that episode come across well. I didn't like the idea of the sporting director being in the dugout. I told Rich that myself. I said it makes it look like he's holding the hand of a management team, and I didn't like that. But the other stuff that you've got to do off the pitch and what you're going to do around the management and stuff, what you're doing for next season, makes sense. But I think the episode made it look a little bit awkward, and it made it look like Charlie was having his hand out a little bit.
Charlie can answer himself.
Yeah.
And Charlie's here, by the way.
And I've got a lot of respect and time for Charlie as well, and I've known Charlie for a few years. So
No, I'm quite relaxed in the sense of like what's going on, and obviously there's a period of change in a really important time at Linfield, and obviously coming in as co-owner and supporting Rich at the time,
you want to make sure your decision's right. So I understand fully why Max came in the dugout with us. And
Can you stand? Can you stood next to the dugout listening?
No, so I came in the
Yeah.
dugout on a management basis because obviously I brought in like 5-6 players
All right. Okay.
yeah,
that only I knew.
Yeah.
That two up front that ran right on roughly.
I ain't played for anyone. That, you know what I mean?
So because I brought them in, they were my players.
Yeah.
I felt like for the last 10 games of the season when we was in a relegation scrap, it was best that I was there to manage them, manage the players.
Will you be in the dugout next year?
No, probably not. No.
Probably.
No. Well, listen, in today, when the decision was made, we was 1 point above the relegation.
Yeah.
Then we
True.
got 12 points clear, so
No, I agree.
it worked out.
I like that. I like those questions. You know, everyone says their bit.
No, that's the whole point.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Right, so, what's this one? Right. What do you think about the level of coaching and managers across step 6 and step 7? Because there is a few that have got some jobs. I don't know on merit. Awesome. What do people think about the level of coaching and managers?
There's some real decent ones and some real shit ones. A guy I've got a lot of time for turned up with flip flops.
What was that?
I'm not going to mention it, but he's a good bloke.
He turned into flip-flops.
In the
Not in the dugout.
in the dugout.
No, I'm not having
Of
that.
course, yeah.
I'm not having that.
And flowery shorts.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
I don't think I think it's awful. It's awful.
Flip-flops or spiders.
No, it's flip, mate. It was actual through the toe.
That side.
It's Russian socks.
Jesus saying.
We're not having that. We're not having that.
He's a good guy.
Mate,
He's a legend.
Just
Well,
the standards have to be set. Flip flops and Bermuda shorts in the dugout. Don't sit with it.
Yeah. Look, no, that's one example, right? But then there's other good coaches. But then there's some like that are just like load of staff, and it's like fucking hell, Steph's.
I saw one at step 7 that had a free kick, set piece coach.
Well, they stood up the front.
Yeah, they actually, and I thought to myself, that's step 7. You know, that is ambitious at that level.
Ambition.
having a step piece ambitious. It's a final 23s team that currently have
Hang on a minute. Is that,
It's not sure if they've got an under 23 set piece.
it's okay.
do you want to get 23 set piece done?
It's got big.
Oh, they're out in the system.
They haven't got set piece coach.
They've also got analysis.
And that's piece card, 26 and a coach.
How can you do analysis that's under 23 solid combination?
There's going to be more people in the dugout than on the pitch. An analysis. That's just not. I would have brought it up most if I know. Talk about Monty.
Where did I finish?
Yeah.
I said, where did they finish? And that, I've got a set piece like I could.
Or is it this season?
You also say about step 17 with a speed coach, so that's what.
I think you said you saw set.
No, it's step 6 or step 7.
No, but you saw step 7.
Oh, no, I did. Sorry, no, I did. They're not in step 6, put it that way.
Step 8 then. It won't be.
It was getting what? No, it weren't you, mate. To be fair, you could do with one, mate. Any little bit. For people that don't know, I did a little bit of content. I spent a game with Upper Beeding in the dugout for a bit of them, and yeah, I ain't going back. It was different, wasn't it? You know, it was different. But I know you've got things sorted now, so we'll move on.
Right, can we just answer that question a little bit better than just flip flops and set piece coachings, right? No, there is some good managers in step 6. They're like, there's some real diligent ones that do their job.
Is there some managers out there, Bill, that you feel have got a job, that shouldn't have the job.
I'm not quite names, am I? I think
That's what this show is.
names. What name?
That's what the show is, mate.
No, but I'm not going to talk about step 7, even though we've got step 7 in the room. We did say that we would always talk step 6 and up, right?
Oh, what about the step 6 managers ain't got books?
Who ain't got a job?
No, oh, sorry, maybe shouldn't have a job.
Gigs and flip flop. Yeah, we won't talk about. Where are we? No, I've got a lot of time for this club, and they're graceful hosts, and Stu's been a big supporter, so we won't look for them too much. But we'll see 10 games time. But no, I think there's look, step 6 is going to be interesting this year. Like, there's a comment off camera earlier about the level of step 6 last year. That is, wasn't very good last year. Let's just say.
Look, I think there was about 4 or 5 teams that were pretty decent.
Yeah.
And I think there was 7 or 8 teams that could have easily played in the league below.
Well, Steph went in at one club and in 10 games and he got relegated. So.
Never in doubt. How can we be relegated?
You were very close to it, mate. Fucking talking about fucking the next coming, and then the team that got relegated.
I was mid-table at step 5, and that's about it.
And then you got them relegated from step 6.
Nearly.
Never.
Steph, I love you, mate. You know what I mean? You're my boy.
Yeah.
You got out there quick. You got out there quick.
But you made a comment. No, I'm not going to say actually. Yeah, it was you who made the comment. You said that one of the pitches you went to like absolute cow.
Oh, yeah, Golden me away my first game. I was like, why not doing in here? I was like, no disrespect. Like, it was a 0-0. None of the sides played any football. We could literally play it until the next day. Nobody would have scored a goal.
2 shit teams.
We've been up there with
Keep
Craig.
clean sheet, fucking hell.
We've been up there, but Mo knows. Mo knows that's his pitch, and that's how we play it. Do you know what I mean? No one wants to go there and play away at Godalming.
It was colder in the dressing rooms than outside, just to say that.
Done the job, you know, then, didn't they?
They've only lost, what, 4 or 5 games in 2 years at home?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, fair.
Yeah, but no, look, step 6, sometimes you look at it and you think, fucking, that's a really competitive league, right? And it would have been last in it this year, wouldn't it? Mine. But I think it's going to be a really interesting league this year. Westfield have just gone up, and Westfield are,
I saw Jack last night.
yeah. And I'm telling you, like that side that they're putting together, like I said, I think if they went into the scaffold, they would have got absolutely pulverised. I think the Kent League's harder than the Sussex League, if I'm honest. But I think they'll do all right at step 6. I think they'll finish top half of the table. Players like Brad Pitcher, Sam Willett, you know, Rooney, striker they've kept hold of, should be playing higher. I don't know if they put him under lock and key. Chain up to the.
He can't.
It's committed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't. He can't play higher for a certain reason.
No, you must be able to now, mate. To play that level, you have to have that thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
You can't play step 6 for that thing. So if he's playing step 6, that must have happened. And I reckon the Stateleys have got a chain around his ankle, keep him under the stairs, and just release him on match days.
He lives with him.
Is it
There you go,
the same thing as a certain East Preston player?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Who? Yeah.
What?
Like, right? We'll tell you at the end.
Yeah.
She's just like,
Yeah. You know.
But I think Westwood will do well in that league. I think step 6 is going to be an interesting one this year. Really interesting one.
I think that'll be a really competitive.
Yeah, same.
I don't think it'd be as competitive as the league above.
Oh no, but I think that.
And that will lead into this question.
I think the Scrums are going to be really good.
And that will lead into this question. Where do we think, us 4, think Lingfield will finish this season?
Playoff winners.
We wrote that question.
You answered for me.
Right, I look at it, you've got East Grinstead, Hassels, Hayward City, Horsham Wyatt, Pagan. There's 5 there straight away. Okay. I know you guys are rebuilding and you've made some shrewd signings. We know that. We also know there's teams that are paying over 350 quid a play for a game. And that's without any bonuses.
What? It's 5.
Yeah,
in our league, yeah.
Yeah, 300 is fucking cheap from some of them clubs. I've had this player on £450 a week.
What's the game? A game.
Oh, I mentioned I played the music last week on the pod. I've heard that East Grinstead's budget is unbelievable. There's players signing from like massive clubs on big money down there.
Yeah, well, mate. Take the wrong rule for 3 days. 3 days.
Should we go into your content?
And if you're out there, I want to get on this Chipotle trip. Yeah.
No, anyone from East Grinstead can come out and say anything they want. Yeah, they can come out and say it's bullshit. But there's players that have been agreed at other clubs, committed, and have now decided to go to East Grinstead on big money. I know one lad on there is on 4 times money he was ever on at a club previously to that. It's
You laugh when they're 5th in October.
well, yeah, well, they make playoffs.
Get scrapped before then.
But I think for me, if that's the way they want to go about it, fine. But when you're spending that sort of money, again, it ain't going to be. We're not stupid. We know the club's not spending that money, right? It's not. East Grinstead have never spent that sort of money, based on where they are. So it goes back to that sustainability conversation. If a certain person gets bored or doesn't get what they need, and they walk out the door, what happens?
All the club.
Yeah, they fall apart, but then what happens to the club?
Name's like Forest Road, I feel.
Yeah, which has been a hard fix. You have to.
They won 10 in 10 first 10 games, Forest Road.
Yeah.
They were under, and then
Yeah, but then you have to look at the Forest Road situation, right? And what they've done to look. Don't get me wrong. If you look at their form in the last 20 games, it was relegation form, right? And thank God for the early start that probably saved them. But the fact that the chairman there stuck by the club, trying to keep them competitive this year with their manager and sticking to their guns, that's sustainability for me. In a really hard,
I like Forest Road.
yeah, in a really hard situation.
Good guy, you know.
He's more the model of
Yeah,
a geezer that's not part of the ownership of the club. It goes back to that.
Why did he leave? Does anyone actually know why he decided?
Grinstead,
Yeah,
because they were previously at Grinstead.
They were the under 23s, weren't they? And I did the interview with them when they actually left, and they'd all had roots before. No one can blame them for taking that step into the unknown. Do you know what I mean? As a manager or coach, you want to go for it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, thank for them as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but
There's real connections as well.
yeah, but then is the dilemma of success at step 5 or relegation at step 4?
I think in their heads, and again, this is speculation, they looked at their side that they had at step 5 that they could transfer to East Grinstead and thought, we'll have half enough here to keep the club up. And it just didn't pan out.
I mean, on paper, the players they brought in, you would think they were going to play up.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
So where are Lincoln going to finish in?
For me, Bob, for me, I believe with what I've seen and what they're trying to do, if you don't finish in the playoffs,
It's a failure.
it probably is.
First job, yes.
It probably is. Yeah.
You're going to get another set.
I'm on a commission with Rich.
What is your aim?
My aim.
Yeah.
As a
Playoffs.
as an owner as well.
Yeah, go on.
There you go.
Not very such your aim. You fuck this guy.
Also, you're new manager. But I also feel you got to be realistic. I feel you've got to be realistic because you were 1 point away from relegation at one point last season, yeah? And then you turned it around. Yes.
My brain just doesn't comprehend what's going on over a course of the season. The way I look at it is I'm people at the top all the time. So asking me what I'm going to achieve by the end of the season is going to be the answer that you probably would say, like, that's unrealistic. But I can't work without thinking about it. So
I like that.
If you're a manager, you're not thinking that you're going to be competing in the league. I think you're in the wrong job anyway. So I think if you're in the right mind frame straight away, you probably want to be in the top.
well, we're going to be competing. So
Well, that's exactly where you want to be. There you go.
Yeah, but not every club has the ability to do that. Isn't it? Like some
No,
people
it's
take a
not.
job.
If you're at the head of that team and you're the manager,
Yeah,
and you're looking at saying you're going to be mid-table side,
yeah.
and you're playing the Prem with whatever budget you've got, regardless of that, I think you're straight away you're not you're not fulfilling yourself, because as any manager in the room, regardless of what level you're at, you want to be a successful manager.
Yeah.
And you don't want to just do that for you. You want to do that for, like, you probably want to do that for Rich, because he's giving you the opportunity to do that. But you've also got to set yourself a target of, say, playoffs, for example. And if you don't make that, then you'll probably be a little bit annoyed with yourself, but you probably ain't going to grumble if you're a couple of spaces. So like that.
They had a good end of the season as well.
And you boys were flying at you.
What happened is Charlie basically at day one, the first, again, this was from him, not from us. He basically started the league table.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, from my perspective, and that was about him. Like Max brought in, Max did bring in like 5 or 6 players at the back end of the season to help support Charlie in that, because we did need some.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and
You were on that,
yeah,
or maybe going down.
yeah. Look, for me, my first goal was go into the season with some momentum.
Yeah.
Last pre-season, the management did open trials, and it was dog shit. And it did not get resolved quickly.
Yeah.
We had open trials until a week before the FA Cup game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, there was players that I could say, they wouldn't have even, when I managed Linfield under 23s 5 years ago, they wouldn't have got him under 23 team. Even now, it's full grown adults. And whereas this year, it's been, even just seeing that has been really good for me. Like, Charlie had a pre-season lockdown. He'd invited specific players to training. So he's building his squad. So, look, for me, I just think, I think he's going to do brilliant for this year.
I think you look into it as well. At the end of the season you're like, if you keep them boys around and you add to it, you're only going to sort of look up on.
Well, our 10 game league table we did worked out that we was a point away from 5th.
Well, there you go.
But I think what you boys are doing down there, I'll say playoffs. That some other people have got to look at and maybe put it out there. Not copy it.
It went in both ways. There's a lot of
Yeah, I think what you've done as an owner and you as manager, I've watched the documentary, I think you've done a fucking good job. And it's other people can have a little insight on that, and just even like a nose in the door, I think that other people can probably know from that.
Doing
Yeah.
the right podcast, here, weren't we?
Here we go. So back to IBB10.
I've gone just playoffs. I've gone playoffs.
just outside class person.
Exactly, you're sticking rough in the players.
No.
Did be that's money you're fine about.
No, I mean, just looking at all of the teams that are in the league, and there's some good teams, and there's so much quality in the league. I can't go and say who will finish in the playoffs. I just don't know because of the amount of quality in the league. Listen, you'll definitely be 10 teams right now. The quality in this.
I think, yeah. I think you'll finish. I think you'll finish top half, 100%, guaranteed.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a good season for Linfield if in that last day of the season you've got a chance to be in the playoffs. So, like, if you've got a chance, if you're in it, or a win can mean you're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think that would be an incredible season with what's in the league this year.
Well, we'll take a quick 5-minute break. This is the last 25 minutes. All right?
Yeah.
So get what you got done, and we go.
I think you're right. That's great.
Right, right. We have had a question. From me.
We live. We live. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're back.
We want to give shit. How much on battery have I got? Fuck all.
No, mate.
How much is that?
One check. I'm sorry.
That was it, Charlie.
8%.
8%. Jesus, we are running on fag, mate. Right. Oh, thank you, babe.
Look at that.
Look at that. That's a wife. Right. One of the questions that's come in, and they want not only us, but they want you guys as well. Who wins the Prem based on what you've seen so far? Who wins Div 1 and who wins Div 2? Now, we started Div 2. We don't really cover it too much. Ryan, you're it? Ryan was it? He's gone. Right. Anyone for a shout for Div 2?
Who's in it?
And silence in that room.
Same old story, Russellton.
Russellton?
Yeah.
I reckon Chichester.
Chichester?
Right, electricity. They can't go up.
That won't happen.
Not without him at the helm. Not without him at the helm. With that team of the week as well.
Stu? What do you think, Div 2?
I don't know who's in it.
Whichever team
I'm one relegation away, mate. I'm relegation. I'm a father tonight.
Right, any shouts for Div 2?
Hurstbeer Point.
Hurstbeer Point.
They've got Stan and Abda, and he's got contacts and stuff like that.
No, I'm going with ASC Brighton Rangers.
Oh, yes.
Big money thrown around there 'cause they're a good team.
There was no room about ASC.
I'm going to give our money back.
Is there any more, Brian, watch you there. Who is your biggest threat in your league?
It's going to be difficult to grasp. I personally think Rustington will be in and around it again. But obviously you can see already they've lost a few players because they, regardless of what they say, they refused to go up. They got offered to go up.
Is that true?
They refused it and they wanted to go back to their park ground.
Because they can't have lights. They can't have lights.
Exactly. So
Where do they play at the moment?
Have
they were sharing quick.
Oh, we have to, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They gone now.
They decided to leave and they refused to go up because they didn't want to continue what they were doing there.
Yeah.
It's what I
Is that a lack of ambition, refusing to do that?
potentially. But I also think that there's players there that probably said that they've probably done some goals. They don't want to go up and they'd rather stay in the park and not play with their mates.
Why don't they piss off tonight, though, like the local league seven?
That's I can't speak for them, so I won't do that. But also I personally think AFC Brighton probably start well. How they will always do, and I think that sooner or later the money would run up and it will all go to shit because that's not happening every year. So, but I think all folds might be decent this year.
It's a nice pitch.
And it's decent up there, and maybe self-work depends on what happens there because they've been in a little bit of limbo.
They can't have lights there, can they?
No, but I don't know. To be honest.
Well, I spoke to the shit boys last night.
Yeah.
Who? Shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't say shit, I said shit.
I know they're trying to. I think they've got planning permission for floodlights. Right?
It's been a bit delayed.
I nearly I drove my car into a ditch. Seriously. Yeah, take it out.
They've been trying for a little while to get planning permission for floodlights. I think that's been approved now.
Okay.
I feel you're right.
Over the next 6 or 7 months, I think that will take place. And if they can start the season how they did last year, without I think they went 22 unbeaten. I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think they went something silly. But the issue with TD is a little bit like Arundel, but because of the step that we're at, they allow TD should be to play probably their first 13 games at home they played, I think, last year. And they gotta say they went fucking a silly amount unbeaten and they done really well. But we'll see. To be honest with you, I couldn't. I don't know.
Any other shouts for Div 2?
I think Upfield.
Upfield?
They're not in it. They're in the mid Sussex. Mid Sussex.
They're a mid Sussex.
I literally just mentioned
Mid Sussex Div 2, someone wait to see it.
I got my little text for it last night and
Upfield are in the mid Sussex.
Yeah, good Sussex.
Get Tommy on the fucking phone and tell him what the fuck he's talking about.
And if they're in the Sussex Prem, they will not win that league. Croats will win that league. They will not win that
The
league.
Croats can never go up, can they?
Yes, they can. So they're the Oval East United.
Are they?
Yeah.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Upfield.
Nine it. So, blood.
We've got the league here. Our league got the next three. Yeah, now Upfield.
I'm happy to be proved wrong. I just literally went Div 2 on Sussex. Div 2.
So the league says that. The manager of the team.
Tommy needs to speak to people.
The manager of the team told you differently, didn't they?
Yeah, I happened to see Tommy today on the carpet. Yeah,
It's mid-Sussex. Mid-Sussex, yeah.
Come on, get there, mate. What fucking league you in, mate? Because no one knows. Right. Let's move on to Div 1.
Let's go in. Let's get out of it.
Yeah. Cuz up. You want the playoffs, Div 1?
Fixed for step 7, by the way. I was that's right.
What, for the Div 2?
Yeah.
If me, I'm going to the Shipley.
Yeah, same.
I spoke to the boys last night and they look like, yeah, I've had a few beers and they were overconfident, but they literally, they wanted it.
So you've gone off it based on the fact that Gambler's gone shit. We're going to win the league.
I'm not.
You're right there, there's drinks going.
Cuz up, step 6, Div 1. You're at Worthing United, you're the gaffer there. Who is your biggest friend?
Big state of the Infinity.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll stay Infinity.
Yeah.
What, more than Forest Road when they went up?
Yeah.
Almost.
Really? Bloody hell.
Right, I'll tell one piece because I'm pretty close to the guys that run Infinity. Yeah, good guys. Me and them have a separate interest. Okay. They have plans that they want to go up last season. Okay. They have long-term plans that they want to build potentially a new place somewhere else, maybe closer to the Wessex side where they're at, okay, as opposed to where they are now, which is the old Siddlesham ground, okay. They know they've got to speculate to accumulate. I think we all know that the players that they bought in the last couple of, last things they brought in last week or so,
Yeah.
those are players that can easily play a higher level,
Step 4.
potentially. Yeah, I mean, a couple of those players you're looking at and thinking, how the fuck they play, right? So that's their statement of intent, right? But we said earlier, if that's what the chairman or the committee want to do to move up that way, to fast track them that way, then that's on them.
Yeah, but what's the sustainability like at Siddlesham? Siddlesham went bust, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but there's one, but they were spending loads of money on.
No. But as a club, right? They
Who's the
went.
council?
Council.
So we all know what that ground's like, don't we? Yeah.
It's not that bad, doesn't it?
It's all right, actually, to be fair, down there.
Was reading on the dressing rooms.
I'd say that. Their first team dressing room is beautiful.
Well, I've been going to first team dressing. No.
Yeah, but it's like Longington.
It's not that bad. It's not. We had to play it 3 times this season.
Is it all right?
All on Tuesday nights.
Bloody hell. That one road as well. It's the
Oh,
one
yeah.
road down. It's down
It's
south.
good to get into, but the pitch ain't that bad.
Right, okay.
No, it's not long that.
Yeah, it's not
How many people watch Infinity play football?
I'm a 50.
So 50 people, what, £7 a ticket? Yeah? Right. And then a bar spend of, let's just say they all drink like Mike and there's £20 a head, right? Well, actually, it's £100.
Oh, it's more than that.
Yeah.
Keeping it, let me a fuck.
Right, let's just say, right? So 50 people. Let's say, yeah, I don't see it making financial sense. So they've got to understand that they're going to write checks for however long they have to build a family. Yeah. So to go up the leagues, it gets more and more expensive, not just on what you're paying players, but your travel, every other cost around it. So if they're willing to continually write checks, cool. But if it's just to get up this year and then to sit somewhere and hope at step 5, becomes a bit pointless throwing that money in, right? It's wasted money. You're burning money.
I'm a bit biased on it because I've seen what they want to achieve. Okay, and I've seen the model that they want to put into place and what they've got behind it, the backers. I'd be surprised if they don't go up. In fact, I think that their whole committee would be pretty devastated
If they don't go up this year.
don't go up this year. They expected to
If
go
you're
up.
spending
just now.
4 figures and you do not go up from step 6, you can't be in football. £1,000 plus at step 6.
Yeah,
It's a lot of money.
It's not sustainable.
No. Hell of a lot, and it's a hell of a lot.
Surely it's something that.
Right, so right,
Yeah, it's
You're-
gonna be a lot.
your one, your pick for Div 1.
Finish. Okay, Infinity as well. I went to their awards night. At the end of the season. And yeah, I was speaking to Jody chairman and that, and yeah, they said the same. They were looking to go up last season, but with what they've got planned and everything like that, yeah, I've got to go Infinity.
Right, I think Westfield is dark horse.
Really?
Yeah.
Mate, what have you been smoking on?
No, he's right. He's right.
Really?
He's right.
Smoking on?
I think
No, he's right.
some of yours.
I feel bad.
We don't know.
I think Finney's been there the last couple of years, obviously, and I know they've got a big player, got a good manager there to come from, obviously Petersfield, but he knows badly for good player there. But I think Westfield, they score goals, they've got good players.
You're saying they come from the Mid Sussex Prem,
Yeah, I don't care.
right? After finishing the year before that, 5th.
Yeah,
Well, it's just done a double.
but
isn't it?
the last year, they come from Westfield. If I was a better man, I would go.
Well, I'll have a bet with you they don't.
They just signed a player from step 5, semi-final from step 5 club.
Yeah, I see that.
It's the same as Wall County and they came up.
What's that?
They didn't finish top two.
He loses it.
Yeah,
What's that?
I think
We'll have one of the charity.
Oh,
no, shout.
What?
That's not the whole point of the bet.
they've got a really good front three.
I said don't.
Rooney, Michael Rumigby.
Rooney's quality.
They'll be decent.
Yeah.
Will that they go straight up? No, I'm not having that.
Brad Pitchard midfield.
I think they'll definitely do balance.
I think the Sentinel will make a massive step. Just
I think they do well.
the sprint. You're going to Darl Square, you're going to Mook County, you're going to Western, you're going to Infinity.
Yeah,
If you
Glasgow's
So if you've got that core will win you that league. Like the amount of travelling you've got to do, you've got to be a team that absolutely rise and dies. Really, like you can't name they've got this, they've got that. Like they could have all these players, but if they're not willing to travel all the way over here on Saturday, it's not going to work.
But I think that's what Westfield have got. They're
Yeah,
very lucky they've got that. Yeah.
100%. Westfield, I played.
What's that about?
I played for Battle Town, when they're in the Sussex League, Westfield, and they're a really strong outfit for the Solar Infinity. But it's
Yeah.
going to be a case of who's going to pick them up. I think this year in Div 1. Like you said, you split it off the two, saying the Prem's going to be more competitive, but Div 1's going to be who's going to gel the most, who's going to be that core outfit that's going to ride or die with each other.
I think for me, I think Saltdean.
Saltdean.
Yeah.
That's good. Well,
If I was to go, it would be still there.
they're gonna get kicked out of there in a minute.
Cuz, what do you say about that? Because you're managing that league.
What about Sean?
Yeah.
They're strong.
Yeah.
They're being.
I think that 3G pitch helps as well, doesn't it?
Brand new ground, but everything's brand new.
They're all the space.
It's full of ground payment, so.
Good team.
Sean will be good.
Where were you?
Relegation.
That's Mark.
Your brave sitting there saying that.
Money,
No, I'm through.
wait for some left field one for money.
I'm drinking salty.
I'll ask you another question. You four up there. You're playing for the to the room, but we're decent strikers.
We're not league.
Yeah.
Right, let's just say.
What? No, not me.
They're saying still level.
I think you can go step 7 if you want, but I'm talking step 6 really.
Let's have a
Yeah.
let's have a
Yeah, I'll tell you who's going down. I'll tell you who's going down.
right.
Going down. Ringwood going down. 100%.
Yeah, Ring will get relegated.
Right, and I'll tell you why I say this. Right? They've lost their manager and their whole management team as well. They have a constitution where they can't pay players. That's a fact. And not only that, those players that join Ringmer have to pay £200
to play.
for them.
They got the sponsorship, so
They don't have to.
they got the sponsorship. And management team, only Gibson stayed with the current management team that he was part
All
of.
right, okay, but we have to be realistic, yeah? We have to be realistic as well. And we can talk about management teams leaving and players leaving, right? The facts are, the last 10 games of the season, on form, Ringmer were the second worst team behind Copthorne in that league.
Wow.
Yeah. 15 games, they were the third worst team in that league. So we can sit there and paint a pretty little picture about Ringmer, but the truth of the matter is, the club was sliding, Mike. Yeah. So maybe they needed a change. No offence, Deb. No, you fake.
Well, no. Look, we've been there. Me and Lee have done a lot of filming down there. It's beautiful, by the way. Absolutely beautiful down there. Wonderful facilities. But if you've got the ambition where you have to, the players have to pay, that is not.
It's a lot of money as well, by the way.
Yeah.
It's 200 quid in there.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a lot of money.
10 players, you have to pay 200 quid. And bookings, by the way. So,
All right, but then flip it on the sustainability conversation we're having. Ringmer, the initial Ringmer went bust.
yes.
Yeah. So the new Ringmer that was set up have put things in their constitution to never hit that situation. Whether it's restraining a football club from success, which it probably is, yeah. But in saying that, with all due respect, Reigate Priory finished second in that league with no money. So you can sit there and go, oh,
They
Ringmer.
actually paid £5 subs.
No, not only pay subs, you have to, players have to get sponsored as well there, right? So I look at it like this, and I think money is talked about so much. And sometimes we say people have done a good job because they've just done something, but they've got no money, all the struggles. But then no one in this room has talked how good Reigate Priory were, and no one's talking about where I get Reigate Priory for next season. They finished second in the league.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think they're going to get relegated next year. But
Right, and then for the last one, then the Prem. Let's end it on the Prem,
go on then.
and I want people from the crowd as well to say this as well. Okay, Charlie, you played in there. Yeah. Who would you say to win it this season, based on what you know with players coming in now?
Each Grimsby. And if they don't, then I think that's a massive failure. Personally.
You're shaking your head there, Craig.
No, I think it's Ringmer. No,
So you're saying they would say?
I'm edging my bets. Well, like, I only came into the league, back into the league last October. For me, best side I saw last season was walking by it. And I think they'll be done. I think great catchment area, they're dynamic. It's going to be so competitive because there's so much money. But I think they're the team for me last season that if they get it right, I don't think it's going to win a show disrespect to them. I just hope they will. Ames will be there. Guernsey never know. I think, with James Westlake done an amazing job at Essex. I think they can be up there, but why
They've got 16.
yeah, what why
Gaz, third guy. Hassett's for you. Coxie.
It's just the players personally. Nick Lorenzo and people like that. Got quality players. I think they will hit it.
Why not? You think they're going to just blunt blitz it?
You think they'll piss it?
It's
That's a big statement.
I think Hassett's Nara Pre YM was a slight dark horse. They're quite well organised, YM. Well, to get where they did,
It's the highest finish in our.
Do you think it's Arsenal again?
that's what I was saying out there. I think Hales Heat struggle next season. I think what happened to them the last bit of this season, I think might have a knock-on effect. Yes, they signed players, but I don't know. I'll give them till December. I don't think they'll be thereabouts then, but then they might make a push. But
Nope.
YM for me is the dark horse, but Assets, I think.
Nope.
I think it's a spent.
I think it was the head too. I think they'll learn from it. I think they'll blow off the cups because that's what did last year. But I was saying against earlier, I don't think the winner of that league against any fortress.
Okay, fair enough.
So there's 2 million that's going to beat each other. Someone's going to romp it with well over 9 points. Or they are all the names that have been mentioned. They're all going to eventually have to beat each other somewhere along the lines. And I don't, what was the playoffs? 83, 85 points this year.
Yeah.
So I think playoffs will be in the 60s.
Well, saying it, Peace haven't got any 75 points. So
I think most will be high 60s. I
Yeah.
don't think the winner gets 85 points.
Lads at the back. Lads at the back.
East Grinstead, I think the winner has to be out there. And you say, is it hard to go again, right?
yeah.
What about Stem?
What going up?
Yeah.
I think they'll be in a relegation battle next year.
No. They did that last year when they.
Coming down, I think sometimes there's two ways of looking at it. So, new manager came in. I think Stenning were a little bit under the radar after the season at step 4. So, yeah, so they're like, there was a little bit less pressure. They kind of went on as that little tick in. It's always one at Hamesley. Like, no, 100%.
No, they fucking weren't.
Everyone's talking about Hamesley from the league.
Everyone.
Yeah. So Stenning were there, ticking along, just ticking along. Yeah. But it's a different mentality approach. They came down from league to go up. Horsham or Hayward, whatever. When you're so close to it, and you miss out. It's either you've got to change certain members of the team or give a fresh impetus to make it kick on, or it does, or sometimes the lads do get stagnant. Like Horsham YM went into the league. No one thought they were going to be up there in the playoffs. No one.
That was a group line.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Giles would have known that it would have been up there challenging. But the whole league or anyone playing against them have never gone, right, who are we playing this year? Okay, they're going to be one of the top sides, blah, 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 blah. They've gone in and they've done really, really well. Yeah, they've brought in a certain amount of players and he's done a great job. He's probably helped his profile more than any manager in that league this year. His profile's probably, rightly or wrongly, sometimes due to discipline or whatever, but his profile's grown. Yeah. That being said, he's now, if you look, retained most of the players apart from the big talisman. Yeah.
No Fisher.
Yeah. That's a hard player to replace. There's a lot of times he got him out of jail. So if you haven't got that sort of player to get you out of jail, you got to find another way. Do I think they'll find another way? I think he's got a good chance to, but it's always hard to go again. Always hard, especially in a team that wants to get promoted, rather than, let's just say, a club with a lot of history of winning things, doing things as champions. You know what I mean?
Leanfield lads.
I would say the hardest opposition we played against last season was Hayward Heath. I think Guernsey, after what they've gone through this year, will be a tough team to play against as well. My prediction is East Grinstead pull the plug by Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been simple.
It's
Right.
millions. It ain't going nowhere.
He's
worth millions.
Yeah, he threw millions into last year at step 4 and got relegated.
Yeah. It don't matter.
Money's not good.
Money's not.
But is
It's only 5 million in a year.
but is it enough? Because I think it's underestimating some of them teams as well.
I'm saying, I think, the question was, you don't think, I think the Hayward Heath, yourselves, Horsham YM, going to be right up there. Players, I say, the players they've signed, listen, 5 or 6 of them already can play 1 or 2.
I don't think he's saying they're going to run out of money. I think he's saying not to say no because he realised he ain't top of the league. Yeah, so what he do? That's the get comedy. It started playing goals.
It will get slated if they're not. Yes, he's going to get so much heat on that. That's all we meant. I think.
Mental health wise, he'd probably give it up. Like if it's that situation.
I think he might. Because you can't.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good.
You can't just suddenly go boom, 20 players, all quality players, and against somebody like Hayward Heath, for example, if they sign 2 quality players, mate, that's like the 2 players that were improving on last season. There'll be a force. Guernsey, obviously, I don't know.
Can you just throw at step 5 now? Can you just throw 11 good players out on the pitch and win?
No, because I think there's an element.
Well, depending on who you're playing against, but that's not really big.
Yeah.
You've got an element of like coaching, backroom staff, culture, everything all falls into place. At the end of the day, what it's like is these Grits that are trying to find their way out of the league.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I think if throw his money, which he has done, to try and win the league, and he'll get to Christmas, realise he ain't going to do it, pull the plug, and after the teams will go. That's my opinion.
Fair point. Fair point. Cos?
Essex, I mean,
Hassocks for you?
I think they come show that.
Lads over it?
Heresy.
Safe?
Roughly.
Roughly. That's a bit left field. Is he in goal? Is he in goal? He's on the bench, is he? Who's seen that? Right?
My pick is Roffin.
You as well?
Yeah, but I think my surprise is not just because they're all sitting there. I think my surprise from where they've been for the last couple of seasons, I think that big will be right up there as well. That's kind of good.
Mr. Gowner?
I would say,
Safe? Steph?
end of the dark horse, I did.
He's 49, dark horse. I never seem to start well, though, do they?
No, we'll talk about that, don't we?
How safe?
Jake, I hate to see the FIFA.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Guernsey purely because of the controversy that you call. So I reckon it's.
It's obviously like we called.
It's your I the shots first.
I'll say pretty Marlin fishing.
That song did 85,000 plays in 3 days, by the way.
Guernsey did good if they
Yeah,
come
Guernsey.
away from
I reckon Guernsey because again they're an unknown quantity, and I think. I don't know. I reckon they thought they smashed it. I think they might have the grit to say, right, fuck you, like let's go for it.
Well, it depends on how good their set piece coach is.
They might need
There's a few of the under 23 though.
they need to grow a strong stuff.
Jakey?
Yeah.
Stu? Guernsey. Guernsey as well. I thought you were mate. You want to get rid of them? All right.
Let's say that.
He did say that. He did say that. Luca.
I have a Guernsey as well.
Really?
Of course, yeah.
Essex. Who's farted, by the way, Ali?
Me.
Fuck's sake, hell.
Essex. Essex. Mate, said Essex, but from what I'm seeing with East Grinstead, if it's sustainable and carries on, I think. Well, can't speak, can't lie that way. But Charlie could be right. You could be right there. We could be revisiting this in about 4 or 5 months' time and going, hang on, he said that. Bill?
Well, I've said Roffin already, but that will come down to recruitment. I thought
They're
certain.
not winning, mate.
No, but I thought certain players were going to go there, and they haven't. Right, so
Is there some massive change in circumstances there? Like,
with Roffin.
new management.
No, look, Naz, what he done at Haven Heath,
Okay.
I think I watch his team play. He does have a real philosophy, right? And
He's a great coach.
and I think,
Great coach.
I think players do act like there's two sides to Naz when you from what you hear, right? And I'm not gonna, there's the good and the bad. But watching these teams play, just watching them and watching how committed they are to it, you'll be fine.
No,
You can put on there.
that's what I was doing, mate.
Oh yeah, you're fans for him. I think with Naz, if he gets the players that he can to play his way of football, I think he's really hard to beat. I think his teams are hard to beat, right? Hard to break down, don't concede many goals. And on that 3G pitch at Horsham, rather than playing at Roffey, I think it will be a different kettle of fish. But recruitment's massively important as well. So when you look at East Grinstead, I don't think it's going to work because I don't. Unless the players really take control of it, and it's real player led, and the players drive over, then yeah. And if they can do that, great. Because with all due respect, that's what happened at Forest Row. I know it was the league below, but it was coming up against it. It weren't like we were getting mastermind off the park. It was better players, right? But my outside bet for that, well, I say outside, Rocky are outside, but I actually think Eastbourne United will not start slow this year.
Okay.
They've got some good big players coming in. They're horrible to play against. The management are horrible, and they've got good players.
Morning. Wrap it up.
Hassocks.
Hassocks.
Knowing what the West Lake boys are like, knowing their recruitment, they'll be one of the top teams. So they're not fit.
No, that's right. So we're going to wrap it up. But I just wanted to mention this one.
What's that?
Lee, how does it feel being the second best looking ginger in the room?
Oh, somebody wrote that.
As we can see,
I thought the social media guy from Lance was in the house.
Can't live, can't live. There he is saying, this guy, man, this guy's right, guys, I just want to wrap up there. I want to thank every one of you for not only turning up tonight, but supporting us through the season. You know, we do this to shine a light on your teams, your players, you know, your supporters, everything like that. Thank you to Shoreham FC for hosting, being one of the hosts.
last one you do now.
That's the last one we're doing there.
No one voted for them to go up.
But thank you to everyone. We're going to go big this season. We're trebling down on it. Gareth as well. If anyone wants the best coffee hut in the world, AM Coffee for events, go and see Gareth. He's put his own money, he's laid his own money down on the table to make this work. Go and see him, support him with it and that. But everyone else, Bill, it's wonderful that you decided to come back.
Yeah, I told you I want that reduced schedule.
You can have that reduced
You can
schedule.
have that.
Don't worry.
You can have that. Monty,
What's once you got a Germany show? That's not-
Apparently, his grandma's from Germany. Yeah.
But Monty Watson Price, ladies and gentlemen.
the poshest name in football. So yeah, why have you got a German shirt on?
My grandmother's German.
Oh, there you go.
Aaron will see in there.
Well, mate, you lot need to give yourself a little bit of credit as well, because you also kind of like us lot as teams from step whatever to step whatever.
Second,
You-
that's fair, isn't it?
You
Look, listen, we can't do it without you lot. Yeah? We can't do it without the support. I said this to the people I saw last night, the SCFL do. And thanks to the league for inviting us to that. Today we
got invited.
You didn't get an invite, did you? No. But we keep doing this all the way through. And everyone enjoy Wednesday, England game. You see me and the pen at Box Park
Yeah.
doing a little bit. We'll be there.
Don't give a fucking flying fuck about the World Cup.
We'll but everyone, a safe journey home. Thank you so much. And thank you for this. Thank you. 1, 6, 2, 4, about 2,000. Brilliant. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's.
Brilliant.